The views expressed on Talk Real Solutions, hosted by Tyrone Thompson at talkrealsolutions.com, are the views of Tyrone Thompson and do not reflect the views of talkrealsolutions.com, YouTube, or etc. The content here belongs to Talk Real Solutions and its many contributors. Views and opinions expressed by all contributors belong to them and not talkrealsolutions.com or Tyrone Thompson, the host, or etc. All data and information provided on the site is for informational purposes only. Talk Real Solutions makes no representations as to accuracy, completeness, correctness, suitability, or validity of any information on this site and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, or delays in this information or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its display or use. All information is provided on an as-is basis.
All right, all right. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. This is Talk Real Solutions, and I am your host tonight, Tyrone Thompson. I want to thank you for tuning in. Today is January the 2nd, 2025. Happy New Year. And I hope everybody's holidays worked out for the best. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. Um, it's the season to be jolly, to be happy, to be in good spirits, and all of that stuff, all that yin yang. So I hope everybody had a good time through 2024. And if things didn't work out for you in 2024, like your plan, like you planned it to, then just keep your head up, keep driving, set goals, try to reach those goals and achieve those goals. Just keep grinding away. That's all we can do is to try to obtain. Don't be down. Don't let nothing, your shortcomings, get you down or anything like that. Just keep on pushing, and eventually you'll achieve something. Shoot for the stars and you'll hit the moon and all that jazz. But anyway, welcome to the show. And if you want to participate in tonight's show, all you have to do is call into the number at 717-908-1834, and I will get you on the line after you hit the participant code at 917-324. I'll open your mic and you can have at it. And I can honestly say I will talk about what's on my mind and stuff. I can honestly say that I've sort of kind of disengaged from consuming all of this political junk, and that don't mean that I stopped listening, okay, and that don't mean that I'm not paying attention to what's going on, but I used to be driven to just click on the videos, click on the news channel, sit there and listen, drive in my car, turn on Fox News, and just listen and consume all of this crap, there's and I might get back into it, but at this point in time, what's the point is what I'm thinking. Why would I want to put myself through that these days? It's clear to me what the mindset of the United States of America is, and it's not what I want it to be, and that doesn't, like I said, that doesn't mean give up or whatever, but right now there is a trend that is going on in America that is not in my best interest, so, and it involves money and politics and oligarchies and rich people and all that kind of stuff, and I can't hold a candle to what's going on right now. I can give you my opinion on it, and the only thing I can do is remind people of what I've said in the past on my predictions on what America is, when it comes to racism, when it comes to the Constitution, when it comes to the laws of this land, when it comes to the mistreatment and the injustice of African American people. Those views of mine still are the same. But at this point, the white America, or the KKK, if you will, and the oligarchs and the gazillionaires are actually taking charge. So I'm just being honest, broker. I'm just being an honest broker here when I say, you're pretty much powerless against that type of power, against that type of influence. But that, like I said, that don't mean that I'm giving up. But I'm a realist, and I can see what is in place right now. And I will give my opinion on it. Because I don't agree with any of it. So you will hear my opinion, but I just want to be real about the way I move, the moves that I make, because sitting up here consuming this stuff and complaining about, well, I'm going to complain. So I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but I'm just trying to say that it's too much. I thought that 10 years of Donald Trump would come to an end, and it just don't seem to never end. And the more that he's in power, the more you see how stupid and dumb white America really is. And not only white America, you got the people that support Donald Trump that are people of color, which is some of the dumbest people on the planet. But it's not even engaging because of the low level of intellect, if you will, and the not caring about the norms and traditions and morals and ethics. It's just all of this shit is gone out the window. So I'm saying that the foundation has cracks in it, and ain't nobody coming to repair it. And this house getting ready to fall. People can people can be optimistic if they want to, but the foundation has cracks, and this house is getting ready to fall. You can see the cracks when you look at the overwhelming majority of the Supreme Court of the United States of America. And they are the ones to interpret the laws and ensure and repeal certain rights and all of this kind of stuff, as we've seen in the past. And you see who's up there on the Supreme Court, and they're not for the people. So that's some cracks in the foundation. And you see with the new administration what they've done, and we talked a little bit about it last week, is they've hired a bunch of millionaires and billionaires, right, to run the country. People who are unrelatable to someone like me. And the average American is going to get screwed over because you have rich people trying to dictate policy. They don't care about the everyday person. I don't know a lot of people with wealth and riches and all that kind of stuff, but in my life I've seen people that have had access to more than what I've had, and they generally have no clue about how the working class lives day to day. Their life is completely different. If you can imagine, people that are listening to me, we probably run in the same, around the same arenas. Some got more, some got less, some, but around economically, you know, our struggles are similar, you know. But whenever you're talking about someone who has $600 billion, that person don't know how I live. I don't know how that person live. I don't know anything about that way of living. And you don't even have to go to that extreme. You can look at somebody who's a little bit more wealthy. I don't know, making six figures a year, whatever. I'm different from them. I don't know how they live, you know. So whenever you look at the Trump administration and who he's bringing in there, and all of these rich people that's going to be dictating policy, there's a crack in the foundation. Some people are saying that the building has already failed, but there is cracks in the foundation compared to the way America used to run itself when it wants to elect politicians that is the everyday man. And I'm not being sexist here, but they used to want to elect politicians that was the everyday person, that was closely related to the constituents that came from the working class, right? That used to be a thing. But like I said, the cracks in the foundation is that now we have these wealthy oligarchs. And whenever you use the word oligarch, and I'm using the word because it applies. Whenever you use the word oligarch, you usually think about countries like Russia and Turkey and North Korea, and these countries with authoritarian leadership, and where you see the wealth is controlled by the minority in politics, right? So let's hold on for a minute. Y'all know how I like to do. I don't want to, because for some reason people like to come on here and correct me, and I know what I be trying to say, but because people like uh to tell me I'm wrong, I like, since I got Google up here, I just Google it, and then I stay on track with what I'm trying to say. But the oligarch is a small group of people having control of a country, organization, or institution. A country governed by oligarchy, government by oligarchy, right? And when you look at what this election just ushered in, that's exactly what we got, right? And then you look at the root word, a very rich business leader with a great deal of political influence, particularly with reference to individuals who benefited from the privatization of state run industries after the collapse of the Soviet Union. Uh, Now, whenever we're talking about Elon Musk, his space program, his cars, a lot of his industries are tied hand in hand with the government. receiving taxpayer subsidies. That's one of the reasons that he shot up to the richest man in the world, because he's getting our taxpayer money to enrich himself, right? He's found he's found the cheat code. I'll give him that. Elon Musk has found the cheat code on wealth and being rich, and he hit the jackpot because the money is just pouring in his direction legally, right, through subsidies and government contracts and all of that kind of stuff, right? You know, he got the satellites, the Starlink, and all of this that helps the military. So he's found the cheat code to have a direct line into our tax dollars through the government. So he's an oligarch. And these other people that I had up there, they're not clean from being corrupt and being manipulative and knowing that the United States of America is like a honey hole when it comes to getting paid. It's like a honey hole when it comes to getting paid. Now, why is that important? We talked about Elon Musk's billions, right? He's $600 billion or so, right? And Donald Trump is a millionaire, and you got Vivek Ramaswamy and all of these other. So, Tyrone, why are you saying that? The U.S. don't have that much money. We're in a debt, and we have a deficit that none of that doesn't matter. I've been trying to tell people that whenever you look at government economics and the way governments do budgets, you cannot relate the way governments do budgets to a personal household. And that's that's where they've been screwing people over whenever it comes to talking about um, the government spending and stuff. They're lying to us and they're manipulating the facts so they can garner sympathy, and we can say, yeah, raise our taxes, raise the Social Security age. This program is not needed, and all this kind of shit. They're lying, and I'm not going to be the one to try to get in an argument or debate and tell you how stupid you is for arguing with me and not realizing how much money the government really receives from the everyday average person. Now, this is a Google search. And I guess in 2024, the United States government received around $4.92 trillion from we the people. So about $5 trillion annually the government takes in. And all of those rich motherfuckers is trying to get their little piece of that $5 trillion while they got you and I arguing about closing public schools and raising Social Security and not funding medical programs and cutting out things like the Department of Education to save money and pay our debt. You see? So as they are receiving $5 trillion, they're telling you that they're broke, right? They're telling you that we need to cut. Why do you think that they can afford to shoot $200 million rockets down to in wars and have them explode, and that's the end of that $200 million. Why do you think that they can afford these multi tens of millions of dollar aircrafts, these navy ships that cost billions of dollars? See, that money comes from somewhere. And yes, the United States receive money from other countries, and people owe the United States and all of this kind of stuff. Let me see. I I'm gonna put other countries. Okay, so no, this is wrong. I'm not going to they're talking about how much money we give to other countries, and they got $70 billion as a number there, which is ridiculous because we do spend a lot in foreign aid, right? Because we make $5 trillion a fucking year as the government. That's a lot of damn money, guys. Even when we was talking about this reparations and all this kind of stuff, the reason I got so bored with that conversation so fast is because people aren't having an honest conversation about the money the United States government receives. So if you're not going to start the conversation off honestly, it is useless to have a conversation about reparations if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Basically, it takes somebody in government or the Congress or somebody to allocate those funds to specific needs. And if they think that need is important, they'll find the money to spend on that project or whatever they want to allocate. That's the way it's always been, right? I want you to think about when Donald Trump was in office and he did the tariffs the first time, which fucked the farmers up, right? So out of nowhere, the farmers started receiving subsidies from the government. That was a Donald Trump invented while you and I was living. Bill that has been paid to these white farmers. And they continue to pay them every year. Right here, when Donald Trump fucked up the government with his tariffs, right? It tells you that the United States federal government provides $30 billion annually to farmers in the United States of America. Now, the reason that that's backwards is because yes, the government's supposed to provide subsidies, but in exchange for those subsidies, the farmers are supposed to provide some type of agricultural produce, right? They're supposed to give something to the country so they can receive the subsidies. But that's not what's happening. When Donald Trump fucked up the damn produce coming in from all the other countries with the tariffs, and the farmers started losing their ass, and white men were like, oh, they're quietly receiving these subsidies and not saying anything. That's just one example of me trying to point out that whenever the United States government decide to choose something to spend money on, they will find the fucking money, right? Because it's there. It's $5 trillion goddamn dollars. I don't know what the hell, how to even budget that type of money, right? And that's why I tell you that whenever you're talking about the the governmental budgets of a country, it's nothing even similar or related to household budgets. It's not even, it's beyond our level of the way we do business normally when we spending and paying bills. So until you start thinking on that level, then these economic conversations that these people are having is just, it's just talking points, and they're repeating what their side of the political spectrum is saying, and all of this kind of stuff, because we're not even having an honest level of conversation when it comes to economics in this country. So the point that I'm trying to make is that this $5 trillion that the United States bring in annually, you've got nothing but millionaires and billionaires in this country that is still trying to suck every last dime out of every person in this damn country. That's why Elon Musk paid for, purchased the office of the President of the United States of America. The first time in history that I know of that somebody had enough money and influence to buy the presidency. Well, you can't say that he bought the presidency, Tyrone. What evidence do you have? Well, I mean, we seen on the campaign trail that Elon Musk was paying people $1 million, right, to go register and vote. We seen that. We seen that Elon Musk, and it's been reported that he paid over $20 million or so to help Donald Trump win the election. We seen that Elon Musk by himself came up with a political action committee and dumped all kinds of money into that political action committee for boots on the ground for Donald Trump to win the election. We seen that. And then after all of this investment that Elon Musk did, you know how they say money talks and bullshit walks? Well, Donald Trump won. And now Elon Musk is living at Mar-a-Lago, who's got the ear of the next president of the United States of America. And that is all the evidence you need to know that Elon Musk paid for the presidency of the United States of America. And what makes this all of this so stupid to me is that the constituents, the supporters, the Republicans, the MAGA, the stupid ass ABCs, the stupid ass Sarges, the stupid ass dumbass coons that are so goddamn brainwashed and programmed and anti-Democratic Party and anti-black that they're willing to sell their fucking country down the damn river because rich white men wants to be in charge. And all of this just is a constant reminder to me of how this country was started with rich white men being too lazy to crop their own goddamn fields, being too lazy to do their own work, to being too lazy to build their own roads and bridges and buildings, to being too lazy to feed their own fucking children and and change their own children's asses. Rich white men, the laziest motherfuckers on the planet, the most dysfunctional group of people that humanity has ever spawned out, once again has purchased control of this country. It's no different than the past. It's the only difference now is that we are talking over the internet, and we can make little YouTube videos and with cell phones and communicate a lot faster than horse and buggy. That's the only difference. The method and how messaging gets across is completely different. But when it comes to the mentality and the utter disrespect for humanity that these people have, all of that's the same. All of that's the same. So it's not confusing to me to see why we see like, oh my goodness, there are so many instances of things staying the same that I see in my head that people can't relate to the damn past because they want you to forget about the past, right? They want you to forget about the past. And you don't have to look no further than the way the white slave patrol police departments of this country treat African American men, all people of color, and imprison us at the rate they do. That's still the same. Every day on the internet, you can see a lynching. You can literally see a lynching when it comes to these police and the way they treat our community. Ahmaud Arbery was a lynching. George Floyd was a lynching. The guy in New York selling Lucy's was a lynching. Sandra Bland was a lynching. You see, you don't relate those two things because of the way we communicate nowadays. But if you look back at historical pictures and newspapers and stuff like that, you can see that on certain days of the week they had picnics where they lynched niggas at the courts of the steps of the courthouse or in a poplar tree somewhere, or they would have these events, right? And the reason that they would have these events is that they would come up with a concept or a reason why this person didn't follow the rules of white supremacy and they were to be punished. That's the reason that they had to, I don't know what specific reason. Maybe somebody spoke to the white man the wrong way. Maybe somebody looked the white man in the eye. Maybe somebody stepped on somebody's property, or maybe somebody didn't plant something right. I don't know in the past why they came up with felonious reasons for lynching people, but we see the felonious reasons that they lynch people today of a broken tail light, or your music too loud. Oh, I thought you was reaching for your waistband. You need to come and talk to me because I said so, boy. This is the attitude that the police have when they lynching black people today, right? And why am I saying all of this? You know, and that I get stuck on that stuff, but it's just crazy to me for people not to realize that the people that they have elected into office is just the same thing that's been going on in this country generation after generation after generation. And because they got you to say, you using the black card and the N-word, you're not supposed, because they got you to kind of not call people racist no more, right? Every time you call somebody a racist, there's big pushback, right? So you don't call them racist. You have to find other words to describe these racist ass motherfuckers because they're telling you not to call them racist. So because they got you programmed to think that calling somebody a racist is wrong, they can display their goddamn racism. And then they've added complications to how they do business. what they will do is they will take a stance that we stand for, and they will uh, incorporate it into their own movement and twist it around, right? Like, for instance, the word woke, right? That's what the fuck they did. They're anti-woke. So that's a movement. That's a movement. When it comes to Black Lives Matter, you got to have Blue Lives Matter. That's a movement, right? They just twist and turn what the hell we do that has validity and teeth in society, and they denigrate it, they tear it down, and they use it for themselves. That's the psychology that they're throwing on society. And I get so tired of recognizing all these things. It's just overwhelming to me. It's just overwhelming to me. So they that's what they do. So they got you not using the word racist. They got you not calling them racist, right? And at the same time, they're tearing down the affirmative action, and they're gutting the voting rights bill, and they're trying to roll back civil rights. You see? And like I always say, unless America addresses original sin, then we are fucked. Unless America address how racist it is, then everybody in this damn country is screwed, including white people. Because they can't hold them to no standard. It's just like whenever they came up with the anti, what is that law against racism? It's there's a law against racism. I forgot what it is. Because I'm talking so much. But what they would do is, like I said, they would turn it around and they would use it against us. They would use diversity, equity, and inclusion against us, and which is stupid. I don't know why people held on to that damn shit. Because if it wasn't for diversity, equity, and inclusion in systems and programs through the years, you wouldn't have any black GIs. You wouldn't have any black doctors or people of color in these industries, and so many industries that DEI help contribute to the diversity of this country. I don't understand why that took off, but they're good at propaganda. They're good at taking anything. You could talking about baby Jesus. If the right got a hold of baby Jesus and wanted to demonize baby Jesus, these motherfucking ABC would call in here and say Jesus ain't shit. I guarantee. I guarantee you, if the right would just demonize Christianity, they would call in here, fuck a damn Christian. But they're so good at propaganda, they're able to convince these people to follow them and say anything that they propagandize, even though it's against their own interests. The Affordable Care Act is a good example of that. Because people on the right, when they seen Donald Trump in his first administration try to destroy the Affordable Care Act, these dumbasses, even though they use the Affordable Care Act for their health care to live, to pay for surgeries, for hospitalization, even though they use the Affordable Care Act to literally live and breathe air. These motherfuckers voted against their own health care. That's how stupid they are. That's how good the propaganda works on the right. I don't know what the fuck Rupert Murdoch and all of them people are doing to be so decisive with their propaganda. But whatever the fuck it is, it's able to move masses of fucking people. And it's able to convince masses of motherfucking people to do whatever the fuck they say do. Just like one time we used to, in this country, as a child, as a young adult, I remember having pride in the American flag. You didn't denigrate it. You didn't fuck it up. You didn't do shit with that American flag, but it respected. That's all you did. And you kind of knew that there was a law that protected the flag and how we took care of the flag, right? But with the invent of Donald Trump, these motherfuckers wear that flag on their ass, on their hats. They put Donald Trump's face on it. They take the police department has taken the flag, turned it upside down, and put a fucking blue line through it. They convince these motherfuckers to do all of this shit. You know, as a soldier, I knew not to fucking denigrate the damn flag, right? But these fuckers don't give a shit, and they call themselves patriots. No, they're a bunch of fucking cult following zombies that want white men to be in charge of other groups of people, specifically black people, even if it means their own demise. That's what they are. That's what they are. They don't give a shit about this country. They don't give a shit about their own family if it means black people are going to suffer. They don't care about their own daughters if it means black people are going to suffer. As long as black people are suffering, they'll fucking cut off their goddamn right arm to watch you suffer. And that's what it meant for them to vote for Donald Trump. That's what dumbass ABC and dumbass Sarge intentions are by supporting the Republican Party. As long as your black ass suffer, Tyrone, I'm supporting Donald Trump. That's the mentality. I don't care about Elon Musk owning the government. As long as your black ass can't have nothing, I want him to be in charge. That's the mentality. I know I'm going to have to pay $30 more in gas, but your black ass can't even afford to pay that $30 damn dollars. So I want Elon Musk to be in charge. That's how crazy these politics have got these people. And there's a lot of things that got them there, right? UFOs and conspiracies and Dr. Fauci and all this kind of stuff. That's manipulating their mind, making their brains putty with this secret shit that they know about. You know, the only way you're gonna learn about this secret shit is if you join our church, and we're gonna secretly tell you that somehow or another China manipulated the virus, and somehow or another Joe Biden and Hunter Biden is in with the Ukraine, and all this stupid shit that I can't even keep up with, right? And then that makes their minds putty, and you're open for any fucking goddamn input at that damn time. So they program you to go to the polls and put him in office. And that's what the fuck y'all did. Now, guys, I'm telling you, this is gonna be a hell of a year. This is gonna be a hell of a year. And I don't know how it's and you know, you got some people that are hoping that the guardrails hold, right? You know, you got guardrails on the road so you won't run off the cliff on either side. But some people thinking that in this government that the institutions will hold under all of this chaos that is getting ready to happen. Now, the last Trump administration, I had that confidence, right? But I'm telling y'all now, I don't have that confidence this time. And the reason that I don't have this confidence this time, because the man said what the fuck he's going to do. Now, with the deportation of migrants and all that kind of stuff, you know, I got some sympathy there, but you know, y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up. But with the deportation of migrants and all that kind of stuff, what that's going to do is that's going to put a burden on this economy if he implements it. And now he's talking about invading the Panama Canal, trying to conquer Canada, starting tariff wars with Canada and Mexico. Notice those are our allies, friendly nations. Not one time has he said anything about Russia. As a matter of fact, Donald Trump said as soon as he elected that he would end the war in Ukraine. That was a whole stump speech that Donald Trump gave. Now, there was news that just came out. Let me see if I can find it for you. Y'all know me, I don't want to be wrong. To show you that Donald Trump was a piece of shit and that Vladimir Putin is playing him like a puppet, and that Vladimir Putin has influence in American elections, and they helped Trump get elected with all this propaganda, right? But there was a report just came out 3 days ago, and this is a right-wing newspaper, the New York Post. This is, so y'all should believe this shit. It said Russia rejects the transition team floated ideas to end the war in Ukraine. So now you have a response from Russia's prime minister. On Monday, Russia's foreign minister, Monday rejected the peaceful proposal being floated around by Donald Trump team to end the war in Ukraine. The foreign minister, Lavrov, said that Moscow was appalled over Trump's reports that his aides were considering pushing a peace deal that would keep the door open for the Ukraine to join NATO. Judging from numerous leaks, Donald Trump's interview with the Time magazine on December 12th, their idea to suspend hostilities along the line of contact and transfer responsibility to the confrontation with Russia to the Europeans, Lavrov said in a news conference. So, without being said, you know what? And let me, before I go forward, I just want to say, rest in peace to Jimmy Carter. A lot of people didn't like Jimmy Carter, but Jimmy Carter was a victim of propaganda. Jimmy Carter was a great president, and you know he was a great president because of what he did after he left office. All of that propaganda, and they said that Ronald Reagan made deals with somebody to keep a conflict going just to make Jimmy Carter look bad. But that's the Republicans. That's the way they do business. So rest in peace to Jimmy Carter. He died at 100 years old. But getting back to what I was saying, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. I'm just stating the obvious. I'm stating the obvious, and I got a feeling that these people know it and they don't care. But I'm gonna say it anyway. Donald Trump is a piece of shit liar that used the Ukraine conflict as a political talking point. So maybe some people would believe that he had some type of influence with Vladimir Putin and could end the Ukraine war with the snap of his orange finger. But like I just read to you, Russia don't give a shit about Donald Trump, what Donald Trump talking about, and know that Donald Trump foreign policy is somewhat akin to this shit.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. The people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So
taking this from
but
television.
The people
I'm
on
taking it from
television
the city
saying their
manager.
dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Well, see, that's how Donald Trump's mind works. Like a fucking 3-year-old, and he's gotten into the same playground with world leaders like Vladimir Putin, one of the most vicious leaders in modern history that rules with an iron fist. And Vladimir Putin is not going to be played by no orange ass idiot running around telling his own fucking people that his own people are eating dogs and fucking cats. That should have lost him the election. But yet still, because he's a white man, they wanted to put him in charge, no matter how stupid he is. Because he's a white man and they want to maintain power, regardless of how it looks. They put this idiot, this fucking felon, in power. And you know he's full of shit because he cheats the system. Even though he got convicted of all of these crimes, he's going around firing people and getting people to not continue the case on him. You know, and he's trying to get rid of the rape charge with E. Jean Carroll, but that's not going nowhere. He's a fucking rapist. He should be on the sexual offenders list. First president in history to ever hold that position. But Vladimir Putin is not going to let Donald Trump run him. And this report from 3 days ago tells you what Russia is saying in response to Donald Trump saying that he's going to end the Ukraine war. Now, when Donald Trump get in office and the Republicans are in charge of Congress, I don't know if America is going to watch Ukraine fall. You know, I don't know. But that war is no concern to these oligarchs that I was talking about, right? The only way that war would be a concern to these oligarchs is if the United States didn't have a interest in making weapons of war, and those organizations was controlled by these oligarchs, and they was supplying Ukraine. That's the only way that these oligarchs would try to support Ukraine, if they was making and selling the fucking weapons themselves to the Ukrainians. But other than that, I don't know. We might watch Ukraine fall to Russia up under the Trump administration, which would be a sign of the weakest American president ever in history. He already hold that title. His last administration, historians said that he was the worst president that America ever had. So, I mean, that'll be a sign that this motherfucker is a piece of shit and he's weak. And he's showing another sign of weakness by picking on our allies. Russia, Canada, and the Panama, all three of them done told him to kiss their ass. And for some reason, when Donald Trump, you know what? Okay, let me get this right. I think the deal with Panama is that China has coordinated with Panama, and they've been spending a lot of time in Panama. I think there's something going on with China and Panama that the United States fell short on with Panama, and China is swooping in to try to take advantage of that. The same thing with Mexico, because I think the China and Mexico is trying to come together, and the United States and Vladimir Putin don't like none of that. So there's something going on there that I don't know the details of. I just heard passing news about the relationships between those countries. So there might be something going on there. Y'all can get your own details on that. But I guess my overall what I'm trying to say here is Happy New Year. It's the same shit, different year. It's going to be a oligarch ran country. All of these millionaires. And I'm going to remind y'all one more time that the United States takes in $5 trillion a year. And the $5 trillion a year that the United States makes, these oligarchs are trying to get their little piece of that pie. And the sad thing is it's our money. That $5 trillion belongs to us. We are giving that $5 trillion to the government. And we as American people, not Tyrone, we as American people are so stupid that we listen to them tell us that they know best, and they're going to raise the Social Security age. They're going to cut the Department of Education. They're going to give tax breaks to the 1%. They're going to take away health care for Americans, and we give them $5 trillion a year, more than enough for them to fund all of them goddamn programs. And the evidence to show you that they can fund all them programs, because at the drop of a fucking dime, the Pentagon can request an unlimited amount of money to shoot $200,000 and $1 million jet planes and all of these $1 trillion. At a drop of a dime, the Pentagon can request that goddamn money anytime they want to, right? And not only that, that $5 trillion made Elon Musk the richest man in the world by sucking pieces of that $5 trillion into his own personal coffers through subsidies. And now, white America, because they want black people to suffer, has put all of these gazillionaires in charge of our government, and people are going to suffer. Like I said, there's cracks in the foundation. And these millionaires and billionaires in the government are cracks in the foundation. And if you get enough cracks in the goddamn foundation, this building is going to fucking fall. So that's what I'm looking at in 2025. Happy New Year. I don't know how it's going to be, but damn it, it ain't going to be good. All I can do is tell you to stay black, stay strong, keep your head up. You know, we'll get through it. We'll get through it. We always do. We always find a way to make it. And that's what black Americans have always done. You know, I don't want to wallow in it. I don't want to be here as a community, as a black society. I don't want to be here, but I know when push comes to shove, this is what our community does. We deal with it. We live to fight another day, and I know that we gonna be all right. Right now on social media, you see old ass white women and men crying about voting away their goddamn health care, crying about high prices. You see Hispanic people on social media saying, "Ugh, I didn't know he was talking about deporting me." And that's because they took up the ideology of white supremacy and they just wanted to be an anti-black. That's what the hell happens. So listen, I done said a lot tonight, and if you guys want to call in to the show, all you have to do is call in at 717-908-1834, and you can add to the conversation, talk about whatever you want to, and I'll entertain whatever you got to say. And Miss Elisa, welcome to the show, sis. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right, Tyrone. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Happy New
That's
Year.
good. Can you hear?
I
Yeah,
can hear
Happy
you.
New Year to you. Okay, great, great. I was listening to you, and I agree with every single word. Um, I'll tell you my biggest fear that's going on now. If you were saying that we were hoping that because there was some breaks was on during Trump's last administration with the Supreme Court and the predicament that they're in is not a lot. And if anything goes to them, you don't know how they're going to rule on it. And then Thomas has already said he's going to retire if Trump wins so he can replace somebody younger and who will be there longer. I just hope at some point uh, that we see that they put some term limits on them. Some of them are good. They need to be there. They're great scholars, great law, jurists. But you know, my biggest fear is Russia and China because they out here just Trump. They got who got stuff on Trump. We don't know what it is. And he has him jumping and flipping and like a clown and like a fiddle.
Yep.
When they put them pictures up of his nude wife, anybody with a brain should have saw what this was. He's afraid of that man. The black lady told everybody he gonna have you for lunch. All of these other old dictator leaders and stuff who he admire. And people are gonna eat you for lunch. They see how stupid he is. They helped him when Russia helped with the propaganda. Elon Musk bought it, and I just keep saying this: 27% of the population gave the country over to oligarchs to do what they want, and not enough people even bother to even. If more people had bothered to vote or bothered, I throw my nieces over in that. They're old enough to vote, and some other people that I know. It doesn't matter. Voting doesn't matter. They're selected. They're not. We don't. You hear all of that, and black people hollering reparations. Who the hell y'all think? I don't even hear that talk no more. Who? I think all of them.
Ain't nobody said nothing about no reparations now that the white man's in charge.
But no reparations, yeah, because they all of them who was fussing against talking about Kamala, not black, and had black people all fooled, all screwed up, and I'm not gonna vote. It don't matter. Vote this election. I know we've heard it. I've heard it in my entire lifetime that this is the most important election ever, and I know a lot of that was fear tactics. A lot of it was true. You couldn't allow one party to run away and just do whatever they want to do. But this time it was real. It was really, really, real. And a lot of people are walking around la da 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 da. They don't have a clue of what's coming and what's going to be. And I still have hope, Tyrone. I know I just heard you said you don't have any, but I still have some, I have a little bit of hope that
Well, I don't know, Elisa.
because
Last time you had people that was in the system already that would, that could kind of watch out, But these people now, they gonna fire them and they gonna put Trump loyalists in there. So I don't know.
but that's who he's putting in now, so it might not be too much firing going on because everybody's willing to bend over. And before, then we had a lot of neocons and different old hard hawk Republicans and stuff. Those was the ones that was like, okay, they going a little too far. They're going a little too far. You had your people like Liz Cheney and all them who did everything he wanted, and the different attorney generals that he had, and then the regular generals, and a lot of them was like, okay, this is going too far. This is going too far. We regular Republicans, let's just hear what you doing. This man is crazy, and he had a revolving door. But now it's a lot of inept people that he's put in.
Mm-hmm.
I think I expect to see Kennedy. He will probably exit stage left. He'll be one of the first ones because that man is half crazy anyway. And but the rest of them, they will.
How much damage is he gonna do when it comes to health in this country before he leave?
He's not gonna get confirmation. He's not gonna I don't think he's gonna get confirmation. But let's say he does. He's not going to be around long. He's not. But I just don't. I know you probably don't think so. But I don't think Kennedy's going to get confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
That other little drunk dude that he's trying to put as the Joint Chiefs or whatever that is, he's not going to get Trump trying to be able to do it without Senate confirmation. But I don't think I think they're kind of ready for him. I don't think those two will get confirmation. But let's say they do. I don't know. But I think Kennedy is the first to leave. I'm very worried about Boebert being put in charge of all our everything that's to do with the spy, intelligence, because she's in the right-hand pocket of Putin herself.
Mm-hmm.
And people just played around with this thing. And the rich has always been running the government. They've always been the very, very rich. They get what they want. They make the donations. That is something that this country never should have allowed for them to be able to do that. But now they really have control, and Trump owes these people. So they got control. The oligarchs got it. I don't see much difference between us and Russia at this point, or North Korea, or some of these places. I don't see much of North Korea is a little different because they got one head dude, but they got oligarchs. But I don't see too much of a difference between us and Russia right now. I really don't. And Elon Musk and with all this deregulation so that the rich can do whatever they want to do, the tariffs so the rich people can charge whatever kind of money and Trump want their debt ceiling raised so they can spend. I thought Republicans claimed they were fiscally responsibility. They're fiscal. That's what they claimed they were. But he wants that debt ceiling. And I was listening to some economists and they were saying he's probably gonna add. They were saying the amount of trillions of dollars that if he leaves office, that he's gonna add to the deficit. Trillions that they're gonna spend. A lot of these people to do. America is just wide open for the rich to get on his tit and get whatever they want. Get rid of deregulation. They already gut punching they want to gut punch all of people. They have their little unions and
all of them people.
And
screwed.
they just
them unions that voted for Trump, they screwed up.
They screwed. I don't belong to a union.
Who's the unknown caller? Who's the unknown caller, Tyrone?
Well, we know it's you. I mean, you ain't got no patience. Howard, welcome to the show. Let Elisa
Not Howard, bro.
Let Elisa finish.
Howard.
Saying, though.
Okay, go ahead.
That's not Howard.
Oh, that's Ant. I'm sorry.
Cool.
I don't know who it is, but it's not Howard.
I think it's Ant.
So, oh, okay. And is that you?
Yeah, that's
Answer. It's just.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was extremely rude because I was talking. I just got on the phone. That was extremely rude, but I see you can't help yourself. Anyway, but Tyrone, this is where we're at. And we have a lot of stupid people who don't understand how politics works. They
Oh yeah.
turn the country back over to this person. Then you have a lot of stupid people who has people in their family who are reliant upon government set asides, health care, Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, and a whole lot of other things. And they take it all as a joke because they're stupid. And they think that they know about these types of things, and they don't. The United States, and then they want to get rid of the Department of Education as if we're not we, as if there's not enough people that is dumbed down enough, and they want to get rid of the little that we do have as far as education, like the MAGAs and stuff fighting online. And it was just kind of awesome to see Vivek Ramaswamy telling all the MAGAs that you all need to, MAGA America, that you all need to stop being so stupid and lazy, and then maybe y'all might be able to get these jobs for your kids and pull yourself up by bootstraps. I like seeing that little brown Indian man telling them that. But we have a lot of idiocy and stupidity in our community too, because a lot of people in our community think that this is funny. They think it's funny, knowing they got aunties and grandmas and uncles and people like that rely on certain things that the government supply.
Hmm.
That's the stupid thing. And they think that they're being smart and they're provocative, and they're just stupid and dumb as hell. That's all I got.
All right, all right. Thank you, sis. Anthony, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, bro. Almost lost my train of thought, but I hear a lot of people complaining about basically blaming black people for Trump being elected. I'm looking at this chart, man, on AP News.
Hmm.
Looks like 83% of black voters voted Kamala, and only 16% voted for Trump.
Hmm.
So, and I'm looking at the. So let me see. What about the Latino? So
No,
we're looking
black
more like
people.
what? So
I don't know
white
who
and
would be blamed.
Latino, those are the people
Nobody should
that
be.
elected Trump.
Black people didn't elect Trump.
No, I'm saying
84%
they
of
didn't.
black.
So I'm
Yeah.
wondering why people are mad at black people. Like they're coming at black people. Like we got Trump elected.
We didn't.
And 83% of people, black people, voted for Kamala. I don't understand that part.
84% of black women voted for VP Harris. Well, not so much for Harris. They voted against Trump.
Well,
And
I
I
see
think
83%. It doesn't say. I can go. Let's go to women. Let's see here. My
no,
race, black women. Black
depends.
women is
It depends.
89% actually.
Yeah, and black men, I think it's like 80%, somewhere around there.
Race by men.
But I don't know where
By
where
men.
you're hearing. I don't know where you're hearing black people being blamed. Anthony, is there a specific place that are blaming black people?
All over the place, right? Even
I
on here,
don't
right?
see that. No,
No, I didn't hear
no.
black people blame. I mean the Hispanics and the people of
And
color.
white people,
Yeah.
in the beginning, it was looking like that black men were being blamed. But then when they went up, they listened to all of the disinformation, the misinformation. But when they went up in that voting booth, they did the common sense. So I don't see black people being blamed anymore. Latinos are
White
being
men beat
blamed.
white women out, though. Did y'all know that?
Yeah.
I'm just now looking at this. It's crazy.
Yeah, but black people
I don't hear a lot
beat
of black people being blamed, man.
I don't either.
So if they're doing that, they're not. I mean, there was an increase of black
There's a
men
little
toward the
inquiry,
Republican, but it
but
wasn't as bad as the other demographics.
no, black men basically did. They voted basically like how they did in 2020. So I mean, you talking about maybe 1%, but no, black people, and it's not. It was never about so much that people were saying. Because remember, Tyrone, we said we had Kamala, VP Kamala criticism, and we was
Yeah,
going to
I'm
wait
looking
till
at
after
this
the election.
folks
yeah,
in
We
the
were going
chat.
to wait till after the election before we went into the criticism. I don't even feel like I'm not even gonna go into no criticism of her
well, yeah.
now. There's no need.
It's no use. Ain't no use in piling on and adding
There's no
to
need
the
use in doing
negativity.
that.
Yeah.
But we had our
Hold on, that's what I'm
criticism,
looking at right
and
there. My bad. Go ahead.
no, you okay?
Yeah, I mean,
So no, this.
black people know about this country and politically,
Mm,
what this country needs. It's just a shame that black people have been demonized, and our message get demonized, and people don't follow our lead or our suggestions when it comes to politics. And we get it right every time because we are the one that has been suffering in this country politically, and we know that economically, what is good for the vast
our people.
majority of America and us, and voting Republican
And
never
what is
is,
that?
huh?
And what is that?
You want to vote in a party that care about the economics, that is going to educate the people and allow people opportunity by providing jobs and different things, access to resources, and that's not the Republicans at all. You see what I'm saying? So, especially when they're talking about tearing down the Department of Education, what they want is a dumb society. They don't want anybody to be educated enough to speak out against them. You know?
Mm.
And a lot of our people work at the post office. They're talking about destroying that. A lot of our people that rely on Social Security. A lot of our people, I don't know the percentage. A lot of our people rely on Social Security. A lot of our people rely on government subsidies, SNAP, and things for the kids, and health care, government provided health care. That's our community. Even though a lot of our people, they're doing pretty good, but a lot of our people rely on these things. And that's why we knew,
Mm.
we was hearing what the Republicans were saying. They was going to get rid of this stuff. It was going to get rid of it. And especially if you live in the red states, it's going to be very hard for the people over in the red states. And we knew this. My concern was not the immigrants so much because that's going to put an economic strain and an economic beat down on this country like something we've never seen. If they do this mass deportation, it just is what it is. So I was concerned about that. But I was concerned about the things that I know that our people rely on. We rely on DEI as far
Go
as,
back up to
yes,
age.
a lot of, huh? What'd you say?
I was trying to. I was letting him. I was asking him to go back up to age. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So our people rely on these things, and DEI is very important because a lot of our people are very much overly qualified, and we need a fair chance to get these jobs. And they want to get rid of all of that. They even want private industry. Walmart already said that they not even going to bother with their program and stuff for diversity, but they want to get rid of all diversity. And our people, we need that because a lot of places still won't hire our people. And we're sitting and listening to these people run down DEI. Somebody is a female black pilot or black male pilot or black doctor or this or that. These people went to school and they owe all kinds of school loans and things like that. And they have a right to get these jobs if they're qualified. They have a right to go to the top institutions, the top colleges, universities, along with the regular universities. They have a right to be able to do that so that they can get out here in the workforce and make this money and build wealth in our communities. But we heard the the MAGA party saying they want to do away with diversity. Any type of diversity, that's just to divert. And all that was, of course, the people are qualified for the positions, but the diversity is that also helps the country because you're missing out on a lot of good people, a lot of smart people, because you stuck on white, you stuck on hate, you stuck on racism. So you have a whole group of people over here that's educated, that's ready to do the damn thing. So it also helps the country. Diversity helps the country. And we know that our people, that they need a chance at this stuff. But there's so many people, they just took it as a joke. They just took it as, something to laugh at, and something to make fun. So
yeah, I hope that they're not able to implement all of that project 2025. But because they do have an agenda, it kind of worries me that these people will try and they're going to get rid of these black government workers, and then they're going to try to replace those black government workers with loyalists to Trump. And in your area, up around that way, there's a lot of government workers that has become, pretty. They did pretty good for themselves, and I think
they did very well for themselves. Those government jobs.
Yeah,
I mean, they helped move them into middle class. They helped put them in the middle class. They own homes. They're doing the damn thing, and they talk about getting rid of a lot of them people. That would hurt our community, and a lot of people took it as a joke. They took it as a joke. They didn't even bother to vote. Took it as a joke. And so we knew, we was listening. We know what our community depends on. And a lot of people just took it as a joke. And all of them people, your Tariq Nasheeds and all them people, they got the checks to cash them. Now, let's talk about reparations.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard that talk. And instead of them stopping that talk as it related to that, when Trump came out and told the white folks that Kamala said she's going to give the black folks reparations, I was hoping that would make some of these people stop and see he's weaponizing that.
Yeah.
He weaponized that because she said that they're going to look at it as they always do. I didn't expect much from that. But he came out and told white MAGA that Kamala's going to give the black folks reparations. He weaponized it. And you got black people online. Yeah, we want tangibles. We want tangibles. We want reparations. And the man is over there weaponizing that against y'all with the white folks. The whole thing was just sad. And
Yeah,
I remember on the show,
all of that reparation talk has disappeared, and I think Aunt, you was one of those people talking about the Democrats need to give reparations, and I don't know.
They do.
They ain't nobody asking Trump for shit. But what it did was go ahead.
He giving nothing either.
Yep, and what it did was it caused people to be turned off from the Democrats, thinking that the Democrats can do something like that, and they can't. They just can't.
They can. We gotta buy it though. Yeah. We have to buy that. Like you said, Tyrone. But all of this talk, it was just smoke and mirrors and smoke screen. We want tangibles. Who you think gonna give you tangibles if you let MAGA get up in there running? They ain't giving you nothing. They gonna cut the little bit that you got. Yeah. And I ain't hear nobody talking about no time. Because they're supposed to be having a big reparations parade, some kind of something on the mall. Is that still going? It wasn't. No, I'm not gonna list how big. It was going to be some of them was going up on the mall, and they was going to do a reparations rally or some kind of stuff. All that was a grift. They were never serious about that. They were not serious about that. And maybe we can sit down. Well, you will sit down with MAGA. Them people on some white supremacy. They giving you nothing. I ain't saying Kamala was gonna give it, but the other side definitely not giving you anything. And their goal is to take away Elon Musk is about as racist with his apartheid ass. They the main ones, him and Vivek with his racist ass.
Yep.
They the main ones talking about cutting all of the set asides and different things like that the people need. They ain't giving y'all not
I
getting
don't
that.
understand. I know they do it, and I know the simple answer is that they want people to suffer. But I don't understand why rich people with as much money as these people have want to continue to take and suck resources away from poor people. I've never understood that. So I
That
don't
don't
know.
make no sense, Tyrone.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense. And they pitted the people against one another. Like you take it back to the Dixiecrats back in the day before the party switched. That's what they did. They pit the people and then the black people the reason why you ain't got no job. Ain't no black person no reason you ain't got no job. Y'all outnumber us like look at how they outnumbered us back then. It worked. They told them, I forgot who that was, they told the party, this is what you do. And it took Lyndon B. Johnson who came up in there and said, look, my earphone fell out. We gotta give the people a little bit of civil rights here because in order for the country to continue to work and to move for the wheel to continue to turn, we gonna have to let up off some of that. He went down there, forced some people to finish the thing through to give a little bit of civil rights. A lot of it didn't help white women the most, but it was something. And now they was working on this project 2025. The moment that my earphones just keep falling out.
You right. Soon as Donald Trump lost, they came up with that whole concept. They've been working on it for years.
They've been working on Project 2025. They've been working on that back since the Civil Rights Act and all of that was done. Because they said they've been working on that. They was doing the slow work on that. Back then, they was working on that. So, I mean, the Supreme Court, they look what they did with the colleges at the Supreme Court. So binding them through the HBCUs, some extra, because that's a lot of our students. They're not even bothering with the Ivy Leagues. They said we'll go to the HBCUs. They got pretty good funding from Biden. We can create our doctors and things like that. Y'all know Trump gonna cut their budget to the HBCUs. He gave them some when he was his first term because he wanted black people to vote for them. They're gonna cut all that stuff. Elon and Vivek and all them people gonna see to it that they cut it. They're gonna cut that. And right now the HBCUs, the state colleges and universities, they're very important right now because a lot of black students, some of them didn't even bother to enroll at the Ivy League. After the Supreme Court did their thing.
Yeah, we're getting ready for a rough road ahead. Mama,
Republican.
Go ahead.
Republican or Democrat, they owe Black Americans reparations.
Well, that's not arguable. I agree with you.
I just want to know, like Trump is president. I get we hate Trump. He's a racist or whatnot. But let's say that bill actually go across his desk, and all he could think of is black people hate me anyway. Like, why? I mean, he's a human, bro, and petty at that. If you know his personality, like, come on, bro. Like, the shit go across his desk, bro. Like they could probably ball that shit up and throw it away. But I'm just saying, he's the last line. So we're not at that point right now. But I think we can butter him up a little bit. I know that's kind of not on the table, but if you want to get what you want, if you're trying to get something here, you may have to butter him up a little bit, and you know how he responds when people act like they like him. Like if you want to, just like y'all say, you gotta buy politicians. That would be buying them. You buying them with attention.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, brother.
That's
what people need to pay.
But
let me tell you what people need to pay attention to, right? Every other election
What
except
up?
for Donald Trump's election, they pandered to different groups, right? This election, the Republican Party did not pander to Black Americans whatsoever. And follow me, they don't need Black Americans to win elections, and they realized that this election. They didn't need
Yeah.
to.
So
They didn't need to talk about no crime bill. They didn't need to throw any kind of bone out there to Black America to win, because what they did was they motivated racist white Americans to show up in numbers, and that's how Donald Trump got over the finish line. What am I saying to you? There is no reason for Donald Trump to even consider reparations for Black Americans at this point, because he see that he don't need it.
You're right. You're right, because we hate him, and where he's a racist. That is my point. Like, it's pretty much we gotta do more manipulating. We don't have to outright hate him, bro. Like, they can. I don't know. He's gonna be president regardless, man. If that shit actually go across his table, I don't think he's gonna sign it. This is where Ice Cube came in, and hypothetically.
Oh.
This is where. No, you can go ahead. I'm good.
No, you're right. What Ice Cube was trying to do, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that was.
I think that was all on Trump, though. I think that was him playing chess, because he know that. Like, he's not stupid, man. He's a billionaire. Well, I don't know. I'm looking at his pockets, but he know Black people don't like it. He know that we think he's a racist. Like, that's across the board. So he was using Ice Cube as the middleman. He wanted us to support him.
Yep.
But you have to look. You have to look at the people who were surrounding him. There was not. He was beholden to people to help get him elected. All that was to help get a few more votes that he thought. You have to look at the people that were surrounding him.
This is where we hold it. Yeah, but we got to hold him to that. Okay, you running your mouth and you say you're going to do this. You can't just be on a call saying, "No, we don't like him. He's racist." No, you go to his rallies and you talk to him like, "Hey, so Trump, you're gonna do what you said you was gonna do."
Well, listen,
you remember when you said you're gonna do this? Like, it's like Black. We think we kissing ass or begging. Like, it's not begging, nigga.
What I'm trying to tell you is
I think that is the only way, bro. That would be firing a politician, bro, but with attention.
Those days are over. The Ice Cubes and the Black rappers and all of those people.
I get it, bro. I get it.
Listen to what I'm saying, though. That didn't even happen this election cycle, right? There's a reason that it didn't happen this election cycle. It's because they don't need it. I don't know what else to say about
why. That didn't happen. That didn't happen overnight, though. Listen, it happened.
Brother, there's 13%.
We had that.
There's 13% of Black people in this country, and 70-some% white people. All he had to do was activate that 70-some% to win. And if
and that's what he did.
The white politicians in the future continue to activate the racist white Americans, they're gonna continue to win elections.
Let
me get these other two callers on the line.
They're all crooks, bro. So it really doesn't matter who's elected. It's really about who can you manipulate.
Well, I agree with you there.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree too.
If you can cater a message to sell reparations to whoever in charge, then I agree with that. If we can get the attention, at least have the conversation of whoever in charge and they actually listen. So that's where the work needs to be done at. But Mama's Boy got your line open, and then this unknown caller. Who's this unknown caller?
What's going on?
What's up, Jay? All right, Mama's Boy, what you got, man?
Hey, I called in because I heard Alicia and you guys talking about Project 2025. Now, I don't know if any of you guys, peace everybody, peace fam. I don't know if everybody, Happy New Year to everyone.
You too.
I don't know if you guys are like me, but I don't know. It's always been a nagging thing for me. I watched it develop over the past 10 years. I couldn't understand why the Republican Party hated Reagan when the majority of the time I've been alive, it's always been Reagan Republicans, right? And I got an answer, and I'm sharing it with you guys. See, they brought that Project 2025 shit to Reagan. It's called the Mandate for Leadership. And Reagan told him to go, go eat a dick. He wasn't fucking with it. So if you look at now who's in power, voted, it all makes sense. See, the neocons have taken over the Republican Party. That's all it is. I'm taking it back because before you had Tea Party, you had a neocon. Neoconservative is what it stands for. Okay, they've been at this since Reagan. Once Reagan told him to eat a dick, he wasn't implementing that mandate for leadership. War went against him. So now I see why this latest bunch of Republicans don't revere Reagan. They can't stand George Bush. So now you see why they don't. Liz Cheney and that type of Republican, they hate them motherfuckers, and that's why you see the dynamic. I thought I would, and it was funny. Another thing I want to say before I let go. It's funny I hear Anthony over there talking about we should deal with the politician we can manipulate. He wasn't talking like that when when Kamala was running for office. He was all against the Democrats. But it sounds like maybe he stole something from one of us, and now he's trying to reuse it back on us. Well, he wasn't talking that way when it was said to him. Ain't that a mind fuck? Peace, y'all.
All right, Jay, New York, what's happening, man?
All right, happy, healthy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
You too.
All right. Yeah, man, I was gonna say, what was it? What's going on? We said we're gonna butter up the buttercup. I mean, I think the only thing that Donald Trump respects, because I think he does respect something, and I think is somebody with more money and more power. That's the only way you're going to get him to have a conversation with you. That's the only way you're going to get him to respect you and give you some attention. You could be talking to him and he ain't even paying attention to you. The only way you get close to that man and having him have your undivided attention is you have to have money and power. The only way. And since, he thinks he got more money than everybody, and, now that he got the presidency, that hyped up, gassed him up, he's going to feel like that. So unless you come in heavy with power and money, then I think he'll respect you. And if you got numbers, not only dollar numbers, but people that's like behind you, see when is a threat to him, yeah. I think that what he banked on, I agree, he banked on the white people to come out, but he also banked on us not going, a lot of us, not that we voted for Trump or that we didn't get out and vote. But guess what? That's the Democrats' job to get their self in order and reevaluate everything and see where they did well and where they did bad and correct the situation. Look for different ways of how to counterattack that situation. Not, oh my God, you putting their hands up and shit. And then the inner fighting that they're having with the money, the Democrats, that's about the money. Like we have, she pulled the wool over us. We had our governor that's a Democrat. I was behind her. I have to step back. I'm not going to support a Republican, but I'm going to tell you this. She is playing the same game. We got a congestion price coming up. She played it like she was a superhero, taking it away, put it on pause, and all of a sudden, she brought it forward. She had the power to stop it. She has now the power to bring it forward. Now there's some lawsuits going on. And my point of bringing that, because that's a state issue, a city issue, really, because it's a congestion price within the city of New York, not outside of it, right? But this is to show you that there's a portion of our party or the party of Democrats, because I'm not going to try to, just fully go, okay, and tattoo myself. The thing is that you have Democrats in the party, a portion of them, that end up doing the same things Republicans do. They're about that money.
What are you saying the governor of New York is doing?
So she had the power to. So the MTA has some shit. I don't know how this works. I guess the city has have some dealings with the MTA, right? So they control somewhat of the street of the actual streets of the city. So first and foremost, they were able to get a bus lane pass, which Giuliani helped implement back in the 2000s, in the sense of the whole idea and concept of bringing in that bus route, that bus lane that you cannot drive in, that's painted maroon in most places on a city street. So that was one thing, which caused a lot of congestion. And then what they did was they were able to get the city to put in a congestion price if you go anywhere from 60th Street down into the city, which they consider, Midtown Manhattan, the area that's, the most busiest. And they used the excuse that, that London has implemented that and it was a success, which is a lie, right? And they said that it helped with the environment, and then also that it stopped a lot of the traffic, which is a lie. There's still congestions over there no matter what, even that they charging. And so they use that, and then our governor, because again, the MTA has some type of dealings with the city and the state where they're able to push certain things and move things around, even with the pricing. As they are supposedly private, they still got a power and connections with the city. So anyway, at the very end, she comes and says, no, we're going to put a stop to it because the people, they can't afford it with everything's going on. She put a stop to it, I believe, right when Donald Trump had won the election. She changed her tone and tune and said she was going to help implement it, but that she's cut it off. They wanted, I think, $16. They cut it down, or it was a little bit more, 20. So my point, again, is to say that the money. Now, why is she doing that? Why is she going to charge? Well, there's got to be some dealings with the MTA for her to approve that, because it doesn't make sense that it's going to cost New Yorkers, if she's fighting for New Yorkers here, to with all the prices of rent going up, the prices of food, all the different things, even the transit authority, they wanted more money. They said, well, the excuse is we need to fix the trains and we want to be able to extend things. We want to put elevators and all this shit, when they've been stealing money, and there's been investigation and there's documentation that they've been stealing money for years. It's on record, and they still give them a pass. So again, with the inner dealings of the MTA here in New York City, you done had where she just changed her tune, and they're going to put the congestion price, and now New Jersey is fighting it because they already have a toll that they're paying. So hopefully New Jersey is going to save our asses here in New York from the congestion price. So, and final, congestion pricing is going to make a person like Rick have to charge more money to deliver a truckload into the city if he has to bring a truckload, because now they're charging him not $9 but 20 something because he has a commercial vehicle. Any deliveries that have to be delivered, they will be charging more money because they're getting charged. So that means anything in the city, whether you take a bus, train, or car, or you bike ride, or you walk, you're going to be charged more. So the prices of everything's going to go up in the city. Doesn't make sense.
How would that help with y'all? Y'all have to pay more taxes? Is that what's going on?
Well, let's just say you come into the city and you go to a restaurant in that vicinity, you're going to pay extra because of that tax. You don't even got to drive into that area. You could be staying there, but you're paying more because they're going to be obligated to bring the prices of everything up. Because
that's just another money grab, man. She's a politician.
And that's what I'm talking about. There you go.
She's a politician, and I don't see why she would change her tone with Trump's election. I don't get that part, though.
Well, you know what? They said, as weird as it could be, they said Trump is not for it, and that he said, which I'm not going to hold my breath on that one, waiting that he, as soon as he becomes president, he's going to knock that out if they implement it. I would like to see that. Let's see if that happens. I'm not holding my breath, but I think once it goes into play, it's no way coming back because it's like the inflation. Once certain things go up, they're not coming back down.
They're not coming back down.
That whole illusion of like, oh, everything's gonna be cheap. Maybe some things go up and down because you see certain things go up and down depending on the season, depending on demand. That happens. But
it was a time when that did happen, Jay, with houses specifically. They used to get real high and then they come back down. They used to get real high and then they come back down. But like you said, since COVID, when somebody raised something, that shit staying. It's permanent.
It stayed there.
Yeah. So with the congestion price, once they start getting, feeding that animal, and they said they're gonna make so many billions of dollars off of it, they're not gonna try to reverse that. They don't put all these scanners all over there to scan license plates. You think they want to go back on that? They're going to push forward. They done spent money already on it. And then you got the MTA crying about that they need money to fix the train system. They're not going to fix the train system completely. It's an old system, over 100 years old. There's a lot of work to be done. They should have been done the work. There's money that's been stolen. And basically, we're getting scammed. New York City is in a scam era right now.
And she had to get put in there because Cuomo had to leave, right? Or something went on with it.
Well, she did. Yeah, she was the lieutenant governor, but then she ran and she won.
Oh, she ran.
But I don't know what's going to happen this next run, especially this, because a lot of people are disappointed. They're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're the one that's saying that everything is going up. The rent is going up. That, even that there's a whole bunch of other things that I could get into that is showing that, we see the money over everything. And it's sad because, again, these people claim they're fighting for the people, and then you give more fuel to the other side by doing these things. You do. You fueling people to say, question, oh, you know what, so then I'd rather be over there. It's crazy.
Yeah, and again, somebody in New York need to at least lower the damn price, because I looked at a couple of YouTube videos, and people are literally living in fucking houses, apartments the size of fucking closets. And I'm not exaggerating. And they're paying like thousands of dollars of rent for that little
always
tiny
been New
space.
York.
That is crazy. Who's this unknown?
Hey, one thing I wanted to bring up, and I guess I'm not saying shit ain't gonna be fucked up, but it may be something I wanted to put on everybody's mind. Trump can talk all that shit, but he's actually a lame duck president because he can't get elected again. And you're gonna see the residue of that in the Congress. You already see it. Rand Paul and Kennedy going at it. Because these motherfuckers is all, they're gonna be all, they already killing each other.
I hear what you're saying, and that's a little, that's something to look forward to, but
that's what I'm saying. I ain't saying it's gonna do anything. Nothing's coming out. I'm saying Trump's program may not go as smooth when you got these motherfuckers fighting like this,
No, it's not. It's not going to go as smooth. It's not going to go the way that they really wanted to go, because they already cannibalizing one another
Man, they
But
eating
but
each
I
other
I
up.
ain't
say,
as optimistic as y'all. I think this shit finna go straight to hell.
Well,
No,
you're
I
not
don't
saying
think
all
Tyrone,
no.
the
I'm
stuff
not
that's
saying
bad and good that
bad
happens.
shit
It's
ain't
bad.
finna happen.
Yeah,
I'm
listen.
saying bad shit's gonna happen, but I think it's one of those wait and see things instead of just automatically thinking he gonna blow up the whole damn asylum. I'm watching these crackers. These crackers is fighting like a motherfucker right now, bro. They trying to
They
kill
They
pushing
each
all
other.
hate
guardrails
Elon
too.
Musk and Ramaswamy.
Yeah, that's pissing them off too, and they damn voters don't, man. I read a Twitter sheet of when Elon put that post up that Americans were too retarded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bruh,
Yeah.
them white folks was, bruh, I told you they had Elon sitting on the couch like a child with a whole lot of Vivek Ramaswamy's behind
But
them. Like they
let me give you a taste of realism. Yeah, they did. They went at his ass. But do you think that that's going to make a difference in the agenda of Elon Musk? Listen to me
Yeah.
now.
well,
Listen to what I'm
I
saying.
think so.
Listen to what I'm
Elon
saying.
Musk gonna
Hold
have a
on.
whole
Listen.
different turnout.
It ain't gonna make a difference because Elon Musk was not elected.
Nah,
Elon Musk is in the government because of his money and influence, and that's all the fuck Elon Musk give a shit
that's
about.
it.
Elon Musk used those MAGA people to get where he at, and now that where he at, he don't give a shit about none of that.
He talking shit about him. Yeah,
He on Twitter. He bans their ass if they say something
yeah.
that
People
he
are
don't
I'm
like.
mad because
telling
of
you.
the Indians.
I'll
They
tell you,
wanted to come in.
my point was to show the division in the Republican Party that's going to end up affecting his agenda.
Well, there is a division, but I mean, now that these guys see when you win the race, mama's boy, you
You
can
got to
say
hit it.
fuck everybody else, and that's exactly what they did. They paid
Yeah, but
that they won the race, and they don't give a shit about none of them MAGAs. Hell, they told them how stupid they was. Elon Musk told them to go fuck themselves in the face.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I've been
but
reading all this shit.
Tyrone, what was still? I hear you. It's gonna be bad, but I don't think they're not gonna be able to pull off everything that they want to.
Mm-hmm.
And I know
They're
you
not
said
all in
they're
unison.
coming in. Yeah, they like they came. You were talking about because when you said that they're gonna come in, they got the Congress, but they been had the Congress.
Mm-hmm.
But because
They can't agree on
they
shit.
had the they been had the Congress. But the difference is the Democrats narrowed it to what they have, and all of them are not gonna vote for the stuff that Trump wants. They're just not going to.
Not even the
And the
Republicans.
reason,
You right.
See, I
not
think
the
They got a
not the
lesser. They got a
Republicans,
lesser margin.
I
but
think they would have. I think they would have went Trump's way in his first presidency, but his lame duck
this
status
one,
puts
but this
balls
one,
in other niggas' backs now because they know he's not getting reelected. So now they can kind of push their own agenda. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
No,
Because they ain't got to
So
worry
he's
about
not.
Trump running for president again.
let me see who this
They're
caller
not
is.
gonna give him. They're not gonna give him everything he wants. They're not.
Who's this unknown caller? Hey, I just opened your line.
Oh,
Go
that
ahead.
was me, Anthony. I'm back, bro. I dropped. You can
Okay.
go ahead.
But Tyrone, they're not going to give him everything they want, and they demonstrated that when they passed that bill, and they did not raise that debt ceiling. And
And-
some of
and-
the other
Trump
things
gotta-
some of the things that Elon and them wanted on there, they didn't give them that because some of them they stood up and said they got constituents to answer to. Trump got this one term, unless they pull something where he can stay. But Trump got this one term, and I don't think that all of them expect him to.
So let me
Well,
ask
I
y'all
can
this:
think about you
Do
too.
y'all
Well,
think
keep
that he gonna?
keep
Do y'all think that he gonna start the deportation? That is something that they
Yeah,
read.
yeah.
Let's go there.
Yeah.
Let's go there.
Yeah.
Let's go
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Let's go
Well,
there.
hold on
Yeah.
before we go there. Hold on before we go there. Tyrone, I mean to tell you this. Keep your skepticism, but just keep in the back
Yeah.
of your mind that everything ain't cozy over there. You see what I'm saying?
It's not.
That's all I'm
It's
saying.
not.
I'm not saying a lot of nasty shit ain't gonna happen or tried or attempted and we ain't gonna see court shit and this, that.
No,
But
I
what
say
I'm
it because
saying is,
I seen Steve Bannon and Laura Loomer talking shit about Elon Musk, and they got the
yeah,
war room and all those people. So yeah, I
That's
know that there's
World
some
War III
division there.
within. Yeah,
and
well,
that's all I'm saying. It ain't quite as doomy and gloomy when you got Trump
As it
involved.
was.
That nigga's a
Yeah.
bad luck stone, bro. I'm telling you, he can't wipe his ass right. So watch his whole administration. He got all the motherfucking levels of power, everything, and he watch him still fuck it up. Cuz.
Yeah.
let's go then.
They,
Let's go
but
then.
mama's boys, they all gonna muck it up. They all gonna muck it
Well,
up.
yeah. I mean, that goes, that goes along with my so-called racist paradigm. Without the black man, the white man would have been blown himself up. We just got to learn how to get out the fucking way. Let
And
that
let 'em
man
do it.
blow himself up. Hey,
Well,
and you ain't got to worry about no niggas being involved because ain't no niggas getting in the Trump thing. They not allowed. So when it blow up, it's gonna kill all of them.
Yep.
well, I mean, I
So
see
Tyrone, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. Is that they're gonna do some stuff, but I just don't think they're gonna do all of what they were saying they were gonna do. And I don't think they did because they. And also, like I was saying that I think Kennedy will be the first to blow on out, and we're gonna have to sit there. And another thing that's gonna happen, Elon, because Elon don't know how to control himself. Him and Trump gonna have the biggest breakup that we've ever seen. Mark my words. Mark my words.
Well, I mean,
Well,
Elon
I got a
paid
feeling.
over $20 million, and Elon's going to get what Elon paid for. Now, and like somebody was saying
No, he
earlier,
not.
I think Mama's boy was saying earlier, Trump is impressed with rich people.
Yeah,
so,
I was saying that he got
which is a
that was
people
Jay,
with
yeah.
money. He respects people with money that got more money than him and more power.
Yeah,
I think that's and there's a limit to that too, because if you get too impressive for him, you get in that shine light, he want to diss you and move away from you, because you get
Donald Trump is going to keep bending over for Elon Musk. He just is because Elon
he
Musk.
got that much money.
Well,
Tyrone, he's gonna
Tyrone, this is making a
He
textual conversation right here.
Listen to what I'm saying. He just did it. When Elon Musk was talking about he support the H-1B visas or shit, and MAGA was talking about don't give us no immigrants, Elon Musk told people to fuck him in the face, and then Donald Trump sided with Elon Musk. That's what he
why?
just did.
We don't know the conversation that happened behind there either. Where he's telling him, "Listen, man, you want to make more money for you, or you want to spend more money." And you know how they using people. They saying, "Man, we outsource this shit." It's just the same shit with the immigration. I was gonna say that, so let's go there. Immigration, you're gonna have Republicans fighting to push as much as immigrants out, illegal immigrants, and then you're going to have some fighting and say, no, we can't do that. Why? Because some of their constituents are those companies that employ them.
That want them.
But that's basically what they're doing now, Jay. That's what they're doing now with the H-1B visas, because those are immigrants, and they're trying to defend immigrants.
And they're mostly coming from India. But I want you... Hey, think about this, Tyrone.
Listen, there was no acceptable immigrant on Fox News. None. I don't give a shit where you were.
Now listen, brother. Listen. Let's just take a second and think.
What about Jose that cleans
maybe if you even think more like Donald Trump's stupid ass. Maybe that. Yeah. The only thing Donald Trump loves and wants more than his money is somebody else's fucking money.
Yep.
So as president, right now he can't because he's president-elect, but as president, he controls the borders of the United States. That's his baby. He can freeze Elon Musk cash and kick him the fuck out. Send his ass back to fucking South Africa.
They're gonna get along for a little.
That sound more like a lunatic move from Trump than Trump being all up Elon's ass because he got money. He might have to play nice till he get that damn swear in.
Too much damn credit. I don't like.
I think Donald Trump's dirty enough to do it.
I don't like what I'm hearing here. Donald Trump
That
is a
immigration
pussy
is
I'm
ass
But
just
wait a
telling
minute,
you.
but wait a minute, Tyrone.
Go ahead.
When I told you that Matt Gaetz was not going to be Secretary of State, that wasn't just a guess. That just wasn't an opinion. That was an educated
But mine was.
statement. That was an
Republicans in the
educated
Wyoming there.
statement.
Yeah, but Donald Trump is still a damn weakling, so he gonna bend over.
He
for
is, but Tyrone, they're going to cannibalize one another. No, none of us on here not saying that it's not going to get bad. We're not saying that, but they're not going to be able to do.
Fox News is.
But they're not going to be able to do. They're not going to be able to do everything that the Project 2025 people want. They're not going to be able to do all of that. And Elon Musk, because I listened to a lot of people was talking about it. He doesn't have enough self-wherewithal. He was supposed to not really back off because he has to protect his investment. But he doesn't know how to do it without being up in your face. He's living at Mar-a-Lago. Tyrone, that ain't going to last long. I'm curious to see if they gonna move, if he gonna move into the White House. It's gonna last for as long as it lasts. But them two gonna have a mess.
Yeah,
Wait till January 21st. Wait till January 21st, the day after the inauguration.
It's gonna be a mess. Yep, it's gonna be a mess.
That's when I want to really start watching then, because he'll actually have the controls in his hand. Right now, he's got future control, but he technically can't do shit until he swears in. It isn't official.
And one of the reasons why he went along with Elon Musk, because see, Elon Musk also has all kind of deals and things going on with China as well. And Trump don't like that. Elon Musk got a lot of heavy stuff going on with China. And
Trump don't like EVs. Trump don't like EVs.
No, and he doesn't. And then the thing is, you asked a question, but you said that but Trump went along with Elon and Vivek on those visas. Trump is not in power yet. He has not taken the reins yet. It's going to be, I'm not saying he's going to just stand up to the man. He owes these people. He owes these people. He owes these people. And he's going to go along with all these people. But Trump is a dumb man. And he is also, sometimes he just fly off the rails and do certain things. It's going to be very interesting to see how they coalesce once he gets in that office. And Elon thinking that he's just going to just, well, I paid for this, and he did. But it's not going to be that simple. What is he going to move down there on Pennsylvania Avenue? So I'm curious to see. A lot of this stuff is going to blow up in their face because you can already see it.
He's got Elon and Vivek in charge of the Department of Accountability, this Doge thing that they created. So he's a part of the cabinet. And the Doge is going to be managing.
That's not a cabinet. That's not a cabinet appointment, though. That's not a cabinet. That's an agency. He created that.
Listen,
and they still have to go through Congress for things that they want to do.
You're absolutely right, but it's not even a cabinet department. But they made it up so they can put Elon Musk and Vivek in Washington.
I think that's just a show.
It's just a show. Something he gave it. I really do. They're gonna cause damage, but they can't do. Doge can't do nothing unless Congress put it through. Congress got to put it through, and all of them ain't voting for that. They're not going to all vote for that.
That Doge shit has the same amount of life Trump and Elon's friendship. So if they stay friends through the 4 years, that Doge will still be around unless something happened and it's around, but don't nobody do nothing. Ain't nobody doing shit because it's ineffective or something happened. I don't know. What I'm saying is, the minute him and Elon break up, that Doge shit is gonna be gone.
That's done.
Yeah,
Elon got. That's why right. Elon is messing.
They got to approve it. They got
that stuff got to go through Congress. As some of those congressmen and senators said, and we talking, some of them, they're not MAGA, they're Republicans. They said, I got constituents to answer to. Donald Trump ain't gonna be around. I don't see him making it through 4 years. I don't see him making it through 4 years, and I don't have to go into what I mean by that.
Well, I
But
do.
that don't
I know what you mean, and I might be. I'm getting closer and closer, but I want to
he ain't gonna
see
make it.
what happens after. You know.
But like
But
I was saying
And then
earlier, the United States government brings in about $5 trillion, and that's where Elon Musk and Vivek and Susan McMahon or whatever her fucking name is, they trying to get a hold of our tax money that we pay
hmm
to the government every damn. So
they
they
got
gonna
a
figure out
hold
a way
of
to
it.
siphon off of that damn money some kind of way.
They're gonna siphon it. They've been siphoning it. They were saying these billionaires has made damn near $1 trillion, all of them combined since he won the election. But they, a lot of that stuff gonna blow up. They're gonna do some damage, but a lot of it is gonna blow up. The Supreme Court is what I'm worried about. And I'm also, like I said, my main worry is not domestic stuff because that they're gonna blow that up. But my main worry is Russia, China, Putin. Them the ones I'm worried about.
Yeah, they toying with Trump.
Those
Trump is an idiot. So you
Oh
think that
yeah.
y'all think that they're gonna deport these damn illegals though?
Go back to that. I wanted to go back to that.
Well,
They're
you
gonna
know what I
take a
think,
portion.
Jay?
yeah, some.
I think
They're
they're
gonna
going to
take a nice
target. I
portion.
think they're going to target black immigrants before they target anybody else. For some
That's
reason,
what you.
They're gonna
That's what
target
you
them
think.
all.
yeah,
That's what you think,
No,
They're
Tyrone.
gonna send anybody
yeah, like
they
the
could
Haitians,
get.
they've already talked about it during the campaign. Even though those people are over here legally, they was talking about delegalizing them and getting them out of the country. That
See,
conversation should
but
not have
the
never happened.
I think
that
that's
state
next.
wants them though.
I think the first thing they gonna do, because Trump is all about the con, and I think the first thing they gonna do is anybody that's locked up or had some sort of criminal case against them, they gonna find them and throw them the
Right.
fuck out just for the
Yeah,
the
throw them out.
scene
I agree.
No,
of them
that
picking
wouldn't be
people up.
smart. Listen, brother, that wouldn't be smart for them to mess with the prisons because the prisons are making them money. They're going to try to get these people off the streets that's living here.
No,
Well,
we're
That
talking
that
about.
that
I
might
think
be
he's talking
money.
about
the
Prisons
illegal.
is costing money though. It's
the
not. They're
dude.
not making money off of the prison right now. That's why
Yeah,
they
whenever,
complaining.
however many bodies, you got to look at the 13th. However many bodies are in one of those facilities, that's how much money they get from the government.
Oh, they gonna
So,
get a fight because governors done
Yeah, but
already
that
said they.
costs money.
Yeah.
huh?
That shit costs money though. There's no profit if okay, I'm getting money from one
Listen,
agency, but it's another department. It's still costing the country money. I
listen,
think that when
Sarah
they
Huckabee
able to
Sanders,
profit
Sarah
from a
Huckabee Sanders
citizen,
is talking about opening a prison in fucking Arkansas for 30,000 inmates. They ain't 30,000
who's paying for
motherfuckers.
that?
That's what I'm trying to say is that these prisons still make them like slave money. That's what the hell the prisons are for.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
Tyrone.
They have to
But
make money.
Tyrone.
Where is the money coming from? Where's the
But
profit?
the
Tyrone.
government subsidies.
But
That's why they get
but
paid.
Tyrone. The prisons is full of Americans, so they're gonna
Right.
get their money. The prisons is not full of immigrants.
No, that's what I was telling Mama's boy. Mama's boy was saying that they were going to take immigrants out of prisons, and I was like, well, I don't think
No,
they're going to go that route.
No, the
Well,
immigrants
I'm
that
not saying
are
so much.
locked up.
I'm not saying so much, like if they got a 30-year sentence or something like that, but if you've been arrested, that's one. They throwing you out.
Yeah.
If you've been proven to have broken the law, they throwing you out of here.
Well,
And
yeah,
now
if
then
you got
you
some
got-
kind of
You see what I'm
deal with the
saying?
law, yeah, you right. That's what you're saying.
Right. So
Yeah.
if you say like you
Gotta-
got cited for public intoxication, you're an illegal immigrant, they usually would dry you out for 4 hours, but this time, boom, you got an immigration hold now. That type shit.
Or you got a ticket. You have a ticket. You
Yeah.
got something up on some kind of
Yeah,
foolishness.
something.
Well, yeah, I can
Them
see
the
that.
ones they gonna round up
And
first.
you
'Cause
scoot them
those
right
people,
on up out of there.
I can see that because
Yeah.
they got a
round
list
them.
of names to go by. And shit.
And Trump is about the show. He ain't really about the substance. He really about the show. And if you got TV and cameras got these people being rounded up and sent and deported, it's gonna make news.
It'll look like
He gonna walk
it's
around like he doing something. You know what I'm saying?
there you go.
Because the minute you
But
start trying to get into households and shit, I promise you it's gonna be some. And that dude talked all that shit like, you know, don't get in his way and everything. Come on, man. That's how you know a motherfucker. It's gonna be a problem.
It's a lot of bravado.
Yeah, governors ain't finna just let you. You know,
keeping them in a prison here in America does not profit this country. If they're getting subsidies from a government, that means it's costing this country money.
Yes.
I'm talking about how do they make money off of that prisoner? Is the country of their origin paying them to stay there? Do they have that person, that prisoner, working to pay for their bill to be in prison? Are they taking money from their account? Do they have access to some type of monies where they're able to take something, extract money from them to pay for their bill? Because in this, it doesn't cost, it doesn't make, there's no profit to have a prisoner here from another country if you're not having him working for his labor, right, working for his stay, or you don't get money from the outside. It's still costing this country money. That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't make money. That's why he wants to send them back.
Right.
The
listen
point of
to
everybody
what I'm
sending them
saying.
back, say, listen, it costs us money to have y'all in here.
Listen, I'm telling you, the prison industry, the owners, you know, fuck the damn conditions for the prisoners and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just saying that because I'm gonna tell you how fucked up it is. They don't give a shit about them damn prisoners. But here it is right here. It says prisons, particularly private prisons, generate revenue by charging the government a per inmate fee based on the number of prisoners they house, essentially profiting from the high occupancy rate. They can also make money through inmate labor, charging for commissionary items, phone calls, and other services. So the government is the number one way these prisons get funded. And it doesn't matter if it don't go to the community and all that kind of stuff. All that matters is that the prison owners and the prison stockholders, those are the ones that's making the money from the goddamn government per inmate that the government pay these prisons for. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I think when you're dealing but when you're dealing with this situation as far as like with the federal system or dealing with this immigration, when they get thrown in an immigration jail or I think that's a different type of setup on who's making money. And at the end, like you said, if they're making money, it's still costing us money. So there's no real benefit to the citizens of this country.
We pay taxes, right? You're absolutely right. We pay taxes. The government gets it, and then they give that tax money to these prisoners. That's what the hell happened. That's why it's such a bullshit. We paying for that shit.
But they still going to get their money because the prisons is full of Americans. I was just reading an article, and they said this mass deportation that he talking, you know how much the dime that's going to cost the American people?
To get them out of here.
Oh, nigga, crazy.
To get all these people out.
To put them on a plane. You could put 300 people on a plane, maybe, right? Imagine how many thousands or millions they trying to ship out. How much it costs to put 300 people on a plane to go back?
Well, let me tell you. Can I tell you?
Yes.
They said this is a low estimate. All the people they talking about deporting, a very low estimate. They said a low estimate of at least $315 billion every year. They ain't gonna spend that money, Tyrone. They're not gonna spend all that money. They're gonna just like mom.
It's gonna be.
They were devastated. They're gonna do. They're not gonna spend. They're not gonna deport all them people. They're gonna start with the people who had violations, like Mama's boy said. That's gonna be on TV. They're probably gonna run through some chicken plants in the South to make it look like they're doing something. They're gonna go out to some orange groves and round up some people, and then it's gonna cease. Yeah, and it's gonna cease. You wanna know why? Because big business and them farmers and different things like that, they want those people here.
Well, yeah, see, that's
so they're not going to deport all of them. They're not going to get rid of all them people.
That's the conflict that I'm looking for because it's going to mess with the economy because these white men, they use these immigrants to work, and it's just they're going to screw it up. I just want to see the chaos happen.
They're not going to do it. They're not going to deport all those people. They're going to put on a dog and pony show like they doing something. and then you ain't gonna hear much more about it. That's what's gonna happen with that. They just
Well,
gonna do a dog and pony show.
most
They're
cities.
gonna deport all the people because it's gonna cost too much money, and the
I
big
think the most
businesses want them here.
I think the most
So
dangerous thing he's gonna probably get a lot done is the replacing of the government workers.
yeah,
The
That
they're
right
gonna
there.
fire. They're gonna fire a bunch of people, man.
that's the scary shit because any
If
president can do that.
Congress allows it. Congress
Yeah.
gotta allow that though.
Well,
Congress has to allow
the
it.
one thing I was thinking about is he can't up and just fire everybody because when you get a job with the government, it's a contract. You know what I'm saying? And the government can't breach no 20,000 contracts. That's going to be painful.
Well, there'll be a lot of
No,
lawsuits.
they're
You're
not gonna.
absolutely right. There'll be a lot of
They're not
lawsuits.
gonna do all that stuff that they were saying that they. Only thing he want to do is run up the deficit. Get the rich people want their money.
And
They're not
slide out.
concerned with all this.
Yeah. Leave it a mess.
They're not concerned with all this stuff.
Yeah, I
They're
don't
not
know
concerned
how.
with
That's
doing
why I
all
said.
this
That's why I
stuff.
said this country is falling because I don't know how after another 4 years of this craziness, this country is going to recover. I
I
don't. I
think it'll
don't.
make
I
it.
don't
It's
know
gonna
how.
take a while, but it'll make it. I think.
It's going to be tough, bro.
Yeah. Unless he
I
blows
think
this shit up.
it's gonna be. That's why I said I'm worried about Russia and China. This domestic stuff, not so much. And then also when they start talking about cutting so they could Social Security and all this stuff could be solving if they wanted to, but by cutting all the Social Security and this and that, the blue states seem in better shape to take care of their people. But now, because the Republican governor came out and said that and she was the one that was all in behind Trump, and now she's saying they don't know what they're gonna do because 50% of our people they need that money and they need that. They're not gonna cut all that stuff. They're not gonna cut all that stuff because some people got constituents they got to answer to, and that's the thing that a lot of people aren't. I paid attention to that when they was passing to keep the government open. Not saying it's not going to be bad, but they're not going to do all that stuff. Now, the Department of Education probably screwed. It's probably stuff like that is probably screwed. But you talking about some of these things that they talking about. These people got these Congress and senators and stuff. They gotta go. They gotta answer to people when they go home. Trump isn't going to be here always. They are not going to be able to implement all of that stuff on Project 2025. They're going to do their best, but they're not going to be able to do it. And I started seeing that as time went on. They're going to do some damage, but they're not going to be able to do all that stuff.
I'm just gonna turn everything off. I ain't even gonna watch it.
Well, I'm just gonna pay attention to the Republicans. You know how they behave with each other. That's because you already starting to see the cracks out in public. Because by the time it get out to the public, trust me, they've been squabbling like a motherfucker behind the scenes. You see stank ass looking Kennedy out there over that New Orleans thing, acting like a jackass.
Yeah.
Look at what you got representing you down there in Louisiana. Something really heinous is out there going on. He out there cracking jokes on a damn news agency. You know, I'm over here on your left, and he's like, you know, that's a surprise. You know, why, bro? You handling a life-threatening, you know, disaster, and you're up there cracking jokes. See that, Tyrone? When you see clowns putting on a show when they should be serious, they got some deep shit going on behind the scenes. And I bet you he arguing with some Republicans.
Who that? Kennedy?
Mm-hmm.
All of them. I think Rand Paul and Marjorie Taylor Greene, all those showboaters, all those motherfuckers trying to make a move into the MAGA relationship or, you know, whatever they trying to do. This is the moment to do it. This is the moment to thump your chest. Remember that one Republican? Remember that female Republican that came out and said, I ain't doing shit. Said I ain't doing shit.
Oh
Fuck y'all.
yeah. Oh yeah. She said she's not even caucusing with. She's not even gonna caucus with them.
Everybody gonna have their own little prince or princess agenda. They see that the king is a little weak. They gonna take their shot, and you just gonna see that the whole fucking next 2 years at least. You at least gonna see that.
The way I see it is that they've always fell in line behind Donald Trump. I ain't saying behind Donald Trump anyway. They've always listened to Donald Trump. Even the ones that didn't want to listen to Donald Trump, we only know 2 that didn't listen to Donald Trump. Well, maybe 3: Mitt Romney, Liz Cheney, and Kissinger. But everybody else always listened.
No, I'm not disputing that, but I think I think it's not going to be that way this time quite so easy.
It's not.
Y'all more optimistic than I am. I don't. These they zombies. They programmed. They white supremacists, and they gonna follow the fucking leader.
You think motherfuckers? I think some of them motherfuckers are like Rubio, held hostage and look like a hostage victim every time somebody spots you, you know. And the minute a motherfucker get a chance to blow their own horn,
that's a good example. Rubio is a good example because Rubio opposed Trump, but now Trump got him as the Secretary of State or whatever. And now he gonna be all up Trump's ass. I mean, he ain't gonna oppose Trump.
No. What I'm saying is, okay, we'll take this same nigga Rubio, just so you'll understand what I mean. Yeah, you can say that about him now, but let's talk about him when Trump is 3 years in, and he getting ready to, and Rubio might want to run for president.
Well, I'm saying,
which he does.
If he give up his morals and all that kind of shit this easy just to be on Trump team, this motherfucker ain't worth a fuck. I ain't got no confidence in that motherfucker.
No, I believe he ain't worth the fuck, but it's you know, if you'll pitch, you'll catch too, right? And if he's catching for Trump right now, which okay, we already know he don't like it from the beginning of his political entertainment career with Trump. So why couldn't he be such a snake to hold it in until he sees Trump weak enough?
Well, like you just
and
said,
go against him?
Trump is a lame duck, and there's no need to even go against Trump at the end.
Really?
Yes, it is. No.
I get what Tyrone's saying. Tyrone, I could look at it that way too. Is what I'm saying. It could be. You know, both can be true at the same time, Tyrone.
Y'all got a
because
little bit too much. Y'all got a little bit too much confidence in these damn Republicans. I say fuck them.
Let me just add this. Rubio got a career still in politics when Trump is done. So, but too much. He's gonna have to stretch out and show himself. He has a career. How old is Trump? Look at Trump. He's even extra orange. Them people waiting for a chance because somebody's going to have to come up behind Trump. Maybe J.D. Vance, I don't know if the country would rally, not the country, but the MAGA people would rally in behind Vance. But no, these people, they looking out for their career after post-Trump. And that's the thing you got to think about.
Well, I get that too, but see, their career only pertains to pandering to a bunch of racists, a bunch of fucking white power.
Right. Right now. Right now it does. Right now it does. But you look at how they argue and this and that. A good example is how Vivek and them talk to them. Yeah. They was like, pull up your bootstraps, stop being lazy. Y'all should have liked Urkel instead of this and that. Them other people know them people are dumb. They know they are dumb. They know they tricked them.
But look at what they're arguing. They're arguing for white supremacy. They're telling Elon Musk told white America, you stupid, you're a redneck, you a hillbilly. And the white racists just said, nope, we ain't. You know, we don't want no Indians in our country. Who's this unknown caller?
Hey, what's up, guys? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Peace.
Year. Happy New
Get on in here, man. Get on in here.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about Russia. You said they're done. They're done for generations.
What do you
They
mean?
don't have.
Ukraine
the money,
smoking their head.
economic. Yeah, they have nothing. I mean, they're going to lose this war badly, and this is something that I argue with Sarge about.
Wait a minute,
I
where you
tell him
getting all this
Ukraine didn't
information
have to.
from? What you talking about?
You can look at the numbers, man. I mean, the Brits have some of the best analysis about Russia in the war and the Russian economy. And right now, the ruble is sinking. I think it's 100 rubles to a dollar now. The ruble is going down fast, man. So they're not going to be able economically, to recover to do pretty much anything. They're not going to set off a nuke. Why would you nuke the very country you're invading? That doesn't make any fucking sense. And that leaves the country that you're invading useless to you anyway. So they're in bad shape. It's going to be generations before they're able to recover, and to be a viable threat. China, however, has promised to take Taiwan. They've said it over and over. We are going to take Taiwan, and they're gearing up to do it. So the U.S. is also gearing up to fight them. So that'll be an interesting conflict, but I don't think China's in a place to really, from a war standpoint, do anything other than cause a little trouble. So this domestic terrorism thing starting up though has me a bit nervous. That attack in New Orleans is a very serious thing, man. Considering I lived there for many years.
To home, right?
Yeah, it's really close to me, and so that shows you that ISIS is still alive. Islamic jihadism is still alive. And, if nothing else, this only feeds the right big time. All of this stuff, like the immigrant that set the woman on fire, all this stuff feeds the fears of the right. And the pushback, I think, that you're going to get in terms of isolationists in a police state is going to be severe. I got a feeling he's gearing up for that. Now, but to Trump for a minute, guys, look, remember he said Mexico was going to pay for this wall? He built 30 miles of it, and he used his a donor as a contractor who had never built walls before. They used subpar materials, which Joe Biden sold off, by the way, and his wall is falling down. So what does that show you? Trump is about the show. He's not about the substance.
Right.
Straight up about the show. And so he'll do whatever it takes to show himself in as the star of his show. Now, sorry about that. Bernie Sanders had it right. I don't know if you read Bernie's op-ed the other day. He's like, this is Trump 2.0. We already know who we're dealing with. We already know the opponent on the other side of the table, how he plays and what his strategy is. So Bernie Sanders said, fine, we're going to make you live up to the promises that you already said you were going to do. And so they're going to start drafting bills that say, oh, no tips on tax. Oh, this, that, the other thing. Oh, they're going to go through his campaign promises and basically write bills that enact his campaign promises to show people that he is just about to show. Once he says it, he forgets it because he lies. So they're going to make him live up to his lies. So this is going to be really interesting. In fact, we may even get something decent out of it. But also,
I don't
too,
think nothing like that would work on Trump, though. Trump don't give a shit about nothing like that.
Well, you're basically, he don't give a shit, but his followers do. If you're telling people, hey, I'm going to not tax on tips, and you get in office and the Democrats put a bill in place that says, okay, no tax on tips, and you veto it, his supporters are going to be like, wait a minute, hold on. This is what you said you were going to do. Now, he may lie and obfuscate and say, oh, well, just that do a little dance, but his supporters are going to remember that shit.
But,
and come 2 years from now, 2 years from now,
right
they'll remember it.
Think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Trump veto it, right? Think about
Right.
what would Sarge's answer be, right? And Sarge would come up with an excuse to validate why Trump didn't do it.
Yeah,
So
Sarge
that's
would say
why
it's a
I'm saying-
bad
That's why
deal.
I'm saying that I don't think that Trump is vulnerable in that way because he can lie. That's my point. Donald Trump can lie about anything.
Sarge ain't the guy that it affects. Again, fuck Sarge. Sarge is just an extreme example. The greater majority of people, that support Trump are kind of fickle. And so if they're not getting what they want, they'll leave the Sarges in the dust because this affects their bottom line. Like I said, Trump has appealed to poor rural whites, and poor rural whites are sensitive to the economy because they have to see it and feel it. They're the ones that shop at Walmart. They're the ones that, have to spend for these things. He sold them a bill of goods, but he has to deliver on that bill of goods in order to keep their support, or they'll go to the next guy. They'll go to the next guy. And so Trump is a lame duck. He only has 4 more years. If he wants to set up the next guy behind him, which he probably doesn't, but he still, as if he's serious about his party, is looking to set up the shot for the next guy to come in, then he's got to deliver on something. If not, then you just leave the door open to the Democrats. Democrats may be a lot of things, but they're not as stupid as most people think. And they're already gearing up for the midterm. So, I mean, this is a never-ending battle here. We're always going to have this back and forth, but you have to stay in this thing in order to get it. So, the Dems are already looking at, okay, we're going to make some adjustments. Hopefully they make the right adjustments, and we see a whole different look in 2 years. So.
Well, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a miss. I think they're gonna go crazy, even with the infighting and everything that y'all talking about. I think it's just gonna be terrible for everybody else in this country to put up with that crap.
Yeah, keep
Well,
your stuff
Tyrone,
to
let me
yourself.
ask Joe a
I
question.
like
I'm going to
that.
ask
I
Joe
like
a
that.
question. Joe, let me ask you a question. They're going
Right.
to do some damage, but I ask your opinion. Do you think they're going to be able to do all the damage that folks is afraid they're going to do?
Who is they you talking about?
The Trump administration.
Trump and them.
Yes and no. I think that initially they're gonna get in some really good shots. But also remember, Kevin McCarthy and them dudes ain't gone away either. And so
There you go.
I got and so there's a whole bunch of Republicans, that ain't real happy with Trump, but are loyal to the Republican Party. And I got a feeling if the first person, it's a classic Greek tragedy. The first person to put a chink in his armor, they all gonna join in. Watch and see.
Yep.
They
Yeah,
all
I think it's like a pack of hyenas. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm telling y'all, Trump is a different animal. What you talking about is a normal reaction, Joe, and you're absolutely right. Normally, that's what happens. Is whenever you got blood in the water and piranhas, and they all jump on. But with Donald Trump is a different animal, man. I just don't see that.
I don't know,
listen,
man.
this motherfucker is a criminal.
Yeah.
He done raped some damn body. Donald Trump done did everything that you can do to be disowned politically, and these motherfuckers still put him in office. I don't know.
Tyrone, I see Trump having listen. I see him having, like Joe say, a good start. He gonna come out the gate with some showboating ass shit. I'm telling you, it's not even gonna really be as bad as he gonna show it to be, because all Trump want to do is get this money, because he already know he got that legal shit waiting on him when he get done with the president. So he trying to get this money. He gonna spend these next 4 years grifting while the Democrats end up taking over the House or something, and that's gonna slow shit down. That right there gonna slow. If he only got 2 years left with the Democrats in control of one of the houses of government, he's done. He ain't gonna. So it might as well start looking for the next man up.
I get what
and
you're
that's
saying,
when
and the reaction is like if it was somebody normal, but this guy, I just got to give him credit. This is a new politician. This is a new brand of the way people do business. I've never seen anything like Donald Trump before, and I give him credit where credit is due. He able to get these people to convince these people to follow him no matter what.
Yeah,
So
but he's a lame
not
duck,
able to.
Tyrone.
He lamed up.
And
He's not
we
able to get these people to follow him. The people around
hold on,
him.
Hold on,
getting
Mr.
them.
Lisa. Hold on, Mr. Lisa. Let's just say he is him. Let's just say he can do all of this. Well, guess what,
But he
Tyrone?
can't.
Only he can do it. And if he can't run again,
That's true. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
So whenever he's out, it's got to be a somebody new with that type of damn gravitas for these fucking racists, huh?
Right. And even if, remember, now it's been proven over the past 8 years, just because Trump endorses somebody, the party doesn't always go along with that.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, so man, now you get at least a little bit more texture on why I was saying just keep an eye on the infighting. That's gonna tell you more than anything.
Well, as long as Trump involved, these idiots is gonna follow lockstep. I don't know what it is about that man. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Well,
I get
Tyrone, when you're looking from the front, this is just my interpretation. When you're looking at the Trump regime from the front, they all look dressed and beautiful, immaculate. But when you look from behind, you see knives and guns in motherfuckers' hands pointing at the next motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They can't wait to get rid of somebody. So that right there is gonna hold a crazy dynamic for his little pack of thieves. When they killing each other, he got, he probably don't give a shit. But to me, that structure, I mean, that's the Republican Party, because Trump is going to go away. So whatever's left is what the Democrats and I think the United States got to fight against.
Well, hey, Tyrone, you ever seen Lucha Libre?
Who?
Lucha Libre, Mexican wrestling.
Oh yeah, I seen some of it.
Okay, so what exactly? When you watch Mexican wrestling, you're basically watching a morality play done with athletes. There's good, bad, there's a script that plays out.
Yeah.
Trump is a master of Lucha Libre. He's a master showman. And being a showman means that people want to see the spectacle. They don't really care about the substance. They want to see the show. They don't care that the apprentice isn't real. They want to hear him say, "You're fired." So he's a master at that. He's honed that over years and years and years.
Yeah.
All right. He is not good at governing. He sucks at governing. And I defy any Trump supporter to tell me what bill that they can point to and say, "Oh yeah, he did this." They can't. And so he's a master showman, and he has captured the entertainment spectacle for Latinos. They think he has done good on the economy. Why? Because he told them that he did good on the economy. Not that they look at the data to see. They don't look at the raw numbers. They don't look at the data. They are playing to what they hear. If somebody tells you in a very wonderful way how good they are, you're going to think that they're good like that. When you watch a soap opera, you're going to see people act and be over the top with how they're acting because it's part of the script. But people believe that those actors are real people doing real shit, And so the people that follow that stuff believe in the spectacle and not the reality. And so the sad part is that is what got him in office, right? That's the sad part. Nobody remembers the fucked up part about Trump's, first term. Nobody remembers, that he was riding on somebody else's economy, and he really didn't put any policy in place, to make it better. He just continued he rode on somebody else's coattails, but he only had one term. If he had 2 terms, you would have seen it clearly, but he didn't. Biden getting elected kind of saved his image, the memory of his legacy, because he didn't have enough time to fuck it up, But now, yes, now you truly have it in the hands. You got all 3 houses, all right? Now you got to govern for real. No more playing games. Now you got to govern, and folks are going to see. Oh, I voted for this dumb motherfucker. I voted for this asshole. I voted for this stupid jerk. They've seen it already, So he's getting pushed back, and he's not even in office yet. So yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a ride, I guarantee you. But it's gonna be a ride to the end for him. Because remember, he can't dismiss those court cases. They're waiting for him. He campaigned to stay out of jail. He put everything he had into his campaign to keep his ass out of jail. He knew he was going to jail, but he can't avoid it now. He can't dismiss those state cases. All he could do is put people in place at the state level to try and mitigate those cases, but they're not going away. So I don't want to paint him out to be anything more than what he is, Tyrone. He ain't Superman. He's just not, man.
Hey, not to fuck up what everybody's saying, but I thought I would mention this on the news night. I read this last night. Remember all the shit they gave Hunter Biden? Remember all those congressmen that gave Hunter Biden all that shit? Well, one of the main congressmen was Congressman Kramer. And they busted their ass for that little shit they did to Congressman Kramer's son. Just caught 35 years.
He sure did.
Just caught 35 years smoking meth and bath salts, then steals his mama car and goes and runs a police officer over, some shit like that. And they all, this fucker trying to ruin goddamn Hunter Biden's life over a fucking policy, over a politician, and his son out there acting bad.
Well, yeah, I seen that, man. But another comparison to Hunter is Matt Gaetz, because Matt Gaetz was doing cocaine and drugs and all this kind of stuff.
All that shit.
He had a weapon, so that's why they locked Hunter up, is because he was on drugs and he lied on the gun form.
He lied on the paperwork that nobody ever sees jail over that.
When they asked, "Do you use drugs?" and he he lied. Matt Gaetz had to lie if he was using all those drugs and own a weapon.
Look,
I don't think that Matt Gaetz thing is over with either.
Yeah. When we brought up the Matt Gaetz thing, because ABC goes on his tirade against gays and stuff like that. I said, wait a minute, you got a known pedophile, in Matt Gaetz that was going to be Attorney General. He digs up some 3-year-old interview with Tucker Carlson, where Matt Gaetz say, "I'm innocent, they're framing me," and he believes that. And so, it just cracks me up.
Hey Joe, why'd you call that dude ISIS that did that thing in New Orleans?
Oh, he had an ISIS flag in his car.
Yeah, they also found out that he had converted to ISIS in July. I think it was July. He had
this year
done
or 2024. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I know he was an American soldier. He was born here. So I guess he was radicalized, huh?
Yeah, right here in the United States.
He was. I think he just had a nervous breakdown and he got all involved up in that because they were saying that he was having marital trouble. I think him and his wife is separated or something, and that she had a restraining order against him, as well. So he allowed himself to get
he was crazy.
radicalized.
Yeah, mental health is real.
He's black, right? Did he change his name to that?
No. I don't think he's black. I think he's Arab.
He's not black. Yeah.
Oh, he not black?
What is he like?
He looks Arab. Look at his hair texture. He's Arab. Yeah.
Okay,
please God, don't make him black. Please God, don't make him black.
He do have a dark complexion. He does have a dark complexion though, but I guess.
But his facial features are European, along with his hair.
He looks black to me, but
Asian.
Y'all say
Eurasian.
But if y'all say he ain't black,
don't do it, Alicia. Don't do it.
Don't do that shit, girl.
We claim a whole lot of folks. You ain't claiming that.
Man, look, black man got it hard enough. Let's not try to give a black man a problem he ain't commit now. Come on now.
Yeah.
Black man got it bad enough, nigga, being accused of shit. Let this Arab have it. He worked hard for it.
Okay, I guess I was hoping so. I couldn't tell when I saw that video that he did, because I think he was selling real estate. But they spoke to his brother, but I couldn't find what his brother's name was.
Right. Did you see what his brother looked like? The same way, right?
Filter Miles.
I didn't see him because by the time I cut
I bet you he
television on,
bet you looked the same way with the little straight hair.
I'm looking it up right now, and I'm gonna send it to Tyrone. Attack. What's
but I didn't
want to.
I didn't want to take the attention off of punk ass Trump because he do deserve the attention. I just thought I would bring that hypocrisy has a funny way of finding your ass back when you throw a stick. You think it's a stick, and that bitch turns out to be a boomerang, and it looked like it took out one of his boys. 30-something, 33 years. Ooh, nigga. Woo.
Well, they ain't gonna talk about that. You know, ain't nobody gonna talk about that but us.
Nigga. I mean, Hunter wasn't even gonna do no 33 years, nigga. Nigga said sniffing bath salts and meth.
Well, his name is Indian, Elisa. His name is Shahsmuddin Jabbar.
That don't mean that. He could have changed it to that when he converted or something. Sean King is Muslim now. I think he got a Muslim name.
Shahsmuddin Jabbar.
But you looking him up right now? You get it.
I'm looking him up. I'm looking it up because they spoke the news.
I knew right off the picture he was Arab. I took a look at the picture. I said, this Arab motherfucker, and then he got this ISIS flag. And, oh, yeah, all right, I'm good.
Yeah, Watching those, watch the media, I'm sure that they darkened this picture a bit, too. Because they tend to do that kind of
stuff. Threw an extra filter on there.
Y'all didn't see the video of him? He was selling real estate.
I seen the video selling real estate. Yeah, I see.
Well, okay, I'm looking up his brother. I'm gonna see what his brother's name is.
Look, they got him on this damn picture looking like a damn straight Arab.
He doesn't look like a straight Arab to me. He just doesn't. I'm sorry. He does not look like a straight Arab.
You don't visit enough convenience stores then.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Oh, I see the picture you talking about. There you go, right there. I got it. If you look at the thing where he's sitting at the desk selling real estate. I guess he kind of do look like a black man. That one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think, I don't know.
If you lean your head to the left and kind of turn the you maybe, no.
And then I'm looking at his picture when he was in the military. But I'm trying to find his brother because they spoke with his brother. And I want to see what his name is, but I can't find his name. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to put y'all on mute because there's a video of his brother speaking on the news. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, that name is out of this world.
And did y'all see the Trump, the Tesla truck that blew up at Trump Tower or somewhere?
At Trump Las Vegas, yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's already started. And nobody talks about how many fucking riots was going on in this country when Trump was the president the last time. I mean, it was so much uneasy in this damn country. But I don't know if it's gonna start again. But that's a signal that this shit is not going to be a good administration. And like I said, I'm not going to sit up here and lose no hair over this shit this time.
Let them niggas have it. They voted for it. That's who it's going to affect.
Quiet here in New York. Yeah, it's been quiet here in New York in terms of protests so far. Now, I remember with Trump 1.0, I went to a lot of those protests. And according to, folks like ABC, they're burning down the cities and all this. And they ain't burning down nothing.
Burning down a
folks is protesting. Yeah. Folks is expressing, their First Amendment right to peaceful gathering and protest. In fact, it's so funny, Tyrone. ABC didn't believe that there were right-wing provocateurs, during the BLM protests. He didn't believe it when I told him.
Police were killing black people and getting away with it. Hell, they supposed to protest.
No, but
I'm back. Yeah. I watched the video. Tyrone, you want me to send it to you?
Well, you want to play
and you all can be the judge. You can play it, right? I looked at. They showed a picture of him. His brother's name is Abdur. I'm gonna send you the video. And Tyrone, wait a minute, his brother's talking. Let me put y'all.
Oh, what happened?
I think she's trying to send a video.
Yeah, but I would say, the ABC didn't believe that there were, right-wing agitators at those BLM protests destroying stuff. And it's just so funny because, I never believed that a person can live in such a bubble, that they're not even aware of what's going on. But, it's just indicative of modern times. Look, there's a reason why Trump doesn't want to educated voters. There's a reason why these guys don't support the Department of Education and are against academics and science and all that, because the more low information voters are, the more they're apt to believe whatever you tell them. They'll believe the propaganda without question. And so, it's just sad that I never thought I would have living examples of people that I'm actually interacting with that are victims of that. But here it is. And it's only going to get worse in that regard. But, what can you do?
Ooh. I don't know. I'm just gonna I'm just wait for the chaos. I'm gonna sit back, relax, and enjoy the craziness.
Well, hope for your Social Security and your disability checks, man, because that's the first thing Vivek and Elon are going to go for, and it's sad. It's sad, but yeah, that's it, and because the Republicans have been going for those things for years, and according to them, they have a mandate. They have a mandate, so they feel like it's their right to do the shit that they had set forth on years ago, which is to basically eliminate these entitlement programs. So, I got a feeling that's right up front on the agenda, and guaranteed welfare is on it too, because that welfare clean myth they've been perpetuating years.
You got to take from the children. Why not?
Yep.
Oh, Tyrone, I sent you the video. I'm sorry, guys. Tyrone, I sent you the video. Play it. You all look at his family pictures, and I have to agree with you guys that they are Arab. They're dark Arabs, but they're Arab. But Tyrone, I sent you the video so you can play it.
All right, I'm gonna get it right here in a second. That's crazy how I mean, this guy, I don't know if he retired out of the military, but I know that that he something had to get this guy going, huh?
And it looked like it happened pretty fast because he supposedly converted in July and he already crashing out.
All right, so here we go.
And the suspect, of course, did commit a terrible atrocity, but he lived a very different life before this attack, as we've been learning. KPRC2 investigator Joel Eisenbaum continues our coverage. Joel.
Look, Keith, this dead terrorist is also a decorated U.S. Army veteran. He spent 15 years in the service if you count his reserve years. And back in 2009, he was deployed in a non-combat role to Afghanistan. Could he have picked up something there? It's a rare look at a dead terrorist bookcase, one Shamsuddin Jabbar kept in his modest Houston home. KPRC2 colleague Corley Peel snapped these rare photos. Religion, Christianity, and Muslim texts make up the lion's share of his reading, apparently. But his radicalization, When did that happen?
Jabbar explains he originally planned to harm his family and friends, but was concerned the news headlines would not focus on the, quote, war between the believers and the disbelievers, end quote. Additionally, he stated he had joined ISIS before this summer.
Good evening. I'm Shamsuddin Jabbar.
Jabbar seems anything but a terrorist in this video from 2020. He's pitching real estate services and selling his Army experience. That Army experience included a deployment to Afghanistan in 2009. And Jabbar is a decorated veteran, says the Army. But was an idea seeded in Afghanistan? We don't know. But we do know about 10 years later, with the onset of COVID, we saw more radicalized activity in Houston in general, a bevy of FBI arrests. Why here? Why Houston? We asked someone who used to protect the president. Jim Napolitano is a former Secret Service man, and he says our city's resources, its size, its diversity, and its geography make Houston a hotbed.
Yeah, when I was with the Secret Service, we looked at all those factors on, was this a city where, major terrorist attack had happened? And it used to have all 10 factors.
As far as we know, Jabbar's period while he was in the U.S. Army, essentially late 2005 to 2020, he didn't have any problems, any sizable problems anyway. In downtown Houston, I'm Joel Eisenbaum, KPRC 2 News.
They ain't afraid to call him a terrorist, huh? They started out, look inside of the room of a terrorist. Look at this terrorist.
Oh, no. What's worse is there's right-wing bloggers basically saying now that because the FBI is focusing on DEI, that the quality of their agents has gone down, and this is what caused this.
No, they stupid.
You believe it?
They stupid. They just dumb. This ain't got shit to do with DEI. What it does have something to do with, and y'all can call me what the hell you want to, it's got something to do with America going over to foreign countries and blowing up generations of goddamn families and tearing up. That's what the hell it's got to do with. I'm not sympathizing with this guy, but ISIS is angry because America didn't have no business going over there killing millions of goddamn people with children and blowing up fucking families for no goddamn reason with missiles and shit. That's why he radical.
You scare me, Tyrone.
Huh?
You scare me. You scare me, man. You sound like you watching
that's the truth.
videos.
We ain't had no business going over there killing all them damn Arabs. What the fuck for?
What happened to that white guy? What the guy that burned the Tesla in front of Trump's hotel in Vegas? What's going on with him?
Was he a terrorist too?
I don't know. They saying there's similarities and stuff. But he was trying to send a message.
That could have been a mad Tesla customer. They shit was burning up. And they said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just take it and drop it off here at Trump fucking Tower."
Tyrone, I sent you the correct video, and you all can see the family and all of that. Because the one that I sent you, yeah, this is the correct. The one that I just now posted is the correct one. Oh, and that guy who blew up the Tesla car, they said he's a big Trump supporter. He supported Elon and all of the things, I agree with Joe. That's the kind of stuff I'm afraid of. It's people doing that kind of stuff. Tyrone, you should see it. I sent the right one. And you that kind of stuff. Tyrone, you should see it. I sent the right one. And that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's it right there.
So this one is 19 minutes. You want me to play this?
That's it.
Where'd she go? Elisa, you there?
Yeah, there you go. I'm
I'm
telling
sorry.
you, man.
They look Ethiopian.
You want me to just play it so y'all can see the family?
Yeah, just go ahead and play it.
Why am I only seeing hands, Alika? I'm only seeing hands.
I don't know what. Hold on. I don't know what.
Because this one is 19 minutes
That's
long, and I'm only looking at hands.
because wait a minute, let me put y'all on mute and
The title say brother-in-law.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, Tyrone, that Cybertruck dude, that should be a warning to you guys. Look, the both guys that tried to assassinate Trump were also white guys, So, and they were Republicans. That rhetoric is really dangerous to fuck with, because once you get those people behind you and they lose faith in you, they turn on you in a minute. And so they turn on you in a minute violently here in America. Angry white people are a major threat in America. So, he's playing with fire. And so he has to be very, very careful how you handle that fire unless you get burnt the fuck up.
Well, who was the guy? I don't see his name. Was it McMahill?
Yeah, I forgot his name. He's a white guy.
Well, see, they got this guy's face plastered all over every damn thing, but now I can't find this guy name in the report. Let me see. The hotel is suspicious, possible.
I don't know what that video was because that came up under the Tyrone. Okay, I think I got it now because I'm playing it right now on YouTube. Well, I'm looking at it on YouTube. Hold on. This is it, and it's not that long actually.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Okay, I'm posting it now. Okay, yeah, there you go. With the black lady, because she's the one who interviewed him. There you go. Okay, now I'm done.
Oh, it's the same guy reporting though, huh? Look like the same news station. Hold on.
It's a black dude.
Yeah, hold on.
Look like it's a commercial. Tyrone, you playing the one that I sent you?
No, not yet. I ain't got
Unless
it played yet, so I'm gonna get ready to play it right here in a second.
Okay, okay.
So that's this one. Hold on.
Yeah, that's it.
We now want to go to Joy Addison. She is in Beaumont. She's in Beaumont because that is where Jabbar actually grew up, and she spoke to one of his brothers, Joy.
Keith, that's right. This is the block where Jabbar grew up. His family is just around the corner. I spoke with his younger brother. The three of him and his two older brothers share a father, and he tells me that Jabbar lived a relatively normal life. The brother that I spoke with, his name is Abdur, and he says that Jabbar attended high school here in Beaumont, a central high school. He was living in Houston at the time of the attack, and he tells me that there was no red flags leading up to what happened. He does say that the shooter, who went by the nickname of Sham, did express some discontentment with the partying that took places in different areas, like on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. But he says that those activities were not righteous, but he didn't say that he was going to directly do anything in any of the areas where he complained about people partying continuously. He grew up here in Beaumont, like I said, attended Central High School. He was an Army veteran who served in Afghanistan, and his family says that he lived in Houston. He worked in tech. He had 3 kids, and he was twice divorced. The most recent one was just settled last year. Now, his brother did say that that divorce did burden the shooter financially because he felt that, according to his faith, he had to pay for his ex-wife home for some time. But overall, he says that their family is just shocked and devastated by what happened because, like I said, he said the shooter showed no red flags.
Our hearts and prayers and thoughts go out to those families, the victims of those families. and those who were there to witness it. It's a tragedy, and you know, to understand that we're all grieving about this. This wasn't the man I knew. This wasn't the father, the son that I knew. And that also, this isn't any representation of Al-Islam or Muslims or the Muslim community.
I also asked Abdur if his family had seen any disturbing videos on social media posted by the shooter. He said that they were made aware of a video by the FBI investigators who came to their house shortly after I spoke with him, but he says the family was not able to see this video themselves in the hours leading up to that attack. In Beaumont, Texas, Joy Addison, KPRC 2 News.
All right. Well, all I got to say is MAGA. Is that J.D. Vance's wife and Vivek Ramaswamy, hey, y'all better not piss them off or they're going to start driving trucks through shit. I'm just saying. Was that racist?
No, but he looks Somalian or Ethiopian, you know, looking at his dad. So that's what I was thinking, because I couldn't really tell. But you could see better pictures of him there. And his family.
Yeah, they look like gas station owners.
Yeah, they do. Because I had to see a little bit more of them, and they do. They look like you said, Ethiopian or Somalian or something like that.
I guess that's the religion that they practiced, and it's probably easy.
They do.
For
a lot
to
of them
be
do.
Radicalized and all that kind of stuff, you know. Even though he was born here in the United States of America. I guess he still has sympathy for those people over there.
Oh.
And then I can't find a picture of the Tesla truck driver.
He's white, so.
I didn't know that. I thought it was smoking before a nigga pulled up. No, the motherfucker pulled the truck up and then the bitch went boom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to make sure they talk about this guy more than they talk about the other guy. Well, I guess because he killed more people, so I got to.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because so many casualties. But it ain't going to be the only one.
Don't say that.
Listen. If they trying to take that man out, this ain't going to be the only attempt. I think maybe that truck might have been a message. More than an attempt.
I think so. Because, I mean, look, a Tesla, he rented the Tesla, then he drove out in front of Trump Towers. I forget where. I forget. Yeah, so that was definitely, Vegas, yeah. So that was definitely a message. Yeah, because I'm looking at his driver's license. He's just a regular white dude.
It's always been white dudes that threaten that man's life.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see no reason in that changing. And you know these crackers right now are hopped up on bullets and guns because they got a plenty of them and they ain't used them.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when y'all was not on the line. This should be a sign that when you open that Pandora's box of white supremacy, and you see these people as red meat, you have to walk a really, really fine line, lest you become a victim of your own rhetoric. Shit. And so, when it comes to campaigning and running for political office, you have to stay in attack mode like Marjorie Taylor Greene, like the Matt Gaetz of the world, in order to keep that support and stay in office. But again, one little slip up and, a sign of blood in the water, and that's your ass too. So,
that's true.
Trump needs to pay attention to this stuff. Remember, the two guys that attempted assassination of him were also white and Trump supporters. They weren't Democrats.
Yep.
So, watch and see. if they start doing shit like cutting Social Security or something like that, watch and see what happens. It's gonna be on and popping for them.
That's what I was telling. I said it's not going to be that simple, Tyrone. They're going to do their best, but it's not going to be that simple. A lot of them people, you take it away, they bread and butter, they SNAP and different things like that. It's not going to be that simple. That fool that blew his car up, and Trump is not even in office yet.
I think when them prices start going up, when all these Republicans, all they've been talking about for the past 2 years is prices coming down when he get in office, and if he get in office and prices go up, 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 that's when I think you're gonna see somebody try to kill him.
So.
Go to the grocery store and eggs cost $8-9 again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They said he just broke up with his wife 6 days before, and he had gotten an argument before he left to go to do that.
Well, there you go. Something sparked.
And that is usually a good spark when you fighting and fussing with your wife and restraining orders and child support and all that kind of stuff.
The other guy
it don't take much.
The other guy, the ISIS guy, went through some marital stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Damn, ladies, what are y'all doing to these dudes? Y'all getting these dudes to convert to ISIS? What the hell is going on with you break up with a dude, and next thing you know,
no, man. You know what though, Joe? You can't put it on the woman, man, because these weak ass motherfuckers ain't never had no good Mugaya before.
That's the
boy.
Nuclear family, ABC. There's your nuclear family, right there.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
These dudes must have got some flying saucer and went nuts, man. I mean, man, that flying saucer. I mean, it's powerful stuff. Look, I agree. That flying saucer can be powerful, man. They make a dude get out on a cold winter day and go change a tire in the middle of nowhere. That's some powerful stuff, that flying saucer. But it ain't enough to convert me to ISIS. Good Lord, have mercy, man.
You right.
I'm gonna have to back up. I'm gonna have to back up when she started talking about ISIS jihad.
I didn't see whoever this is. Line I opened. Look like I had you on hold for 20 minutes. Who is this?
Oh no, I just been on hold for 5, but I've been listening about 15 minutes.
Happy New Year, Miss Lady.
Happy New Year.
Hey, Miss Lady.
Hello. Can I ask, did anyone talk about Happy New Year? Out with the 24, in with the 25.
In with the 25.
Well, what do you think? Like, I agree with everyone's comments, great comments. There's a lot of underlying anger, frustration, fear with the economy and the prices and job insecurity. Do you think also what can fuel a lot of those type of acts, like the truck and the shootings and all that stuff? White men feeling deceived by Donald Trump in terms of immigrants and those H-1B visas, because now he says he's in support of it, but during his campaign, they played clips. I've seen clips on YouTube, him saying that he's going to put a stop to that, and it's not right when you have Americans that can do the work and they're bringing in immigrants to do it and displace workers here. And now because of the tech bros like Vivek and Musk, now he's changing his mind. I think when they start waking up to how the campaign promises have not been kept and the economy continues to get worse, that it's also, they're already upset and angry because that's all that anger's been promoted. I think that might have that could have effects on their thinking and behavior as well. I think it's just a multitude of reasons, but mainly it's job insecurity and the prices are too expensive for everything. And then they're upset. They said, they can't. It's hard to make it. Like they said, that guy, he was up under financial stress when you talked about having to pay his wife's house note. He had a house note more than likely. That's too much in today's economy. So yeah, I think a lot of the reasons you've talked about, and the tech bros versus the MAGAs, and all that's been on social media with Bannon calling out Trump, and then Bannon calling out Musk, and Musk responded and calling him out, and just a lot going on.
They got a mess. They got a mess going on. They sure got it going on. And the thing is, Trump went out there and told all these lies, which people were saying, the smart people were saying that he's lying to you all. And now that they're gonna see, and when he don't deport, they do their little show, the little pony show, and they don't deport all the people. Oh, the white folks is gonna get mad. So he thought he lied his way all the way to the White House with these rich people money. The rich people, the donors, they will get their money and they will jump off the train and let them all implode. Tyrone, that's what I honestly think is going to happen. He told a lot of lies and a lot of things that he can't do. He can't do.
What about white country America?
You think
what
they're
about
gonna
white
turn
middle
against
America? White middle America.
It's gonna be so much.
Houses.
So much.
Go ahead.
It's gonna be so much chaos going on that I don't know if they're gonna necessarily turn against Trump, but a lot of them will, because he told a lot of lies, Tyrone, and he told a lot of lies.
Well, my point is he been lying, Elisa. I mean, he been lying since day one.
Yes, and they got rid of him. And they got rid of him, and they brought him back.
Right.
They got to remember.
We're gonna give you another chance.
And this time, he told way more lies than he did the last time.
I mean, our pattern is we have a bipolar, way of voting, if you want to say. And again, to a certain degree, on some people that not necessarily specifically the people that vote 1 year Republican and then Democrat 4 years later. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you have people that have in years, right, either don't vote. But my point is that from, let's say, Jimmy Carter that just passed away, right, rest in peace, Jimmy Carter, Democrat, Reagan after him, Republican, George Bush, Republican. He didn't get a second term. Am I right or am I wrong? Right?
No, he didn't.
Clinton came in. He had his 2 term. Then comes Bush's son, 2 terms. Obama, Democrat, 2 terms. Then comes Donald Trump, 1 term. Joe Biden, 1 term. And now Donald Trump again, which is weird, but I don't know. Like I said, I think that we have like a bipolar voting setup. Every couple of years, it's like, oh, well, this one didn't do it. And then we just end up in the same place. We do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
nothing changes.
I think it's white America don't give a shit if this country burns down, as long as there's a white man in charge, and that white man with the power right now is Donald Trump, and there's nothing that he can do wrong that these people gonna turn against him. Because if they turn against Donald Trump, then that means they're gonna have to side with the Democrats, and they ain't finna do that whatsoever.
My question is, what do you see white America, and I'll say white middle class America, the white poor from the middle of America. So all these Wyoming, Kansas, North Dakota, in the middle of the country.
Listen,
people,
I explained it earlier.
What do you think? They're going to cry and just go by?
Listen, I explained it earlier. It doesn't matter how poor they are. as long as the people of color or black people in this
Are
country
not in
are
charge.
worse off than them. So they will vote against their interests as long as black people or people of color end up worse than them. And because that they're white, they perceive that they got it better off in this country when they actually don't. But their mind is telling them, because we got somebody white in charge, they're gonna treat those people of color worse off than they treat us. And that's all that mattered to them. They're not looking for no damn economics. They're not looking for anything that they said that they was voting for. They just racist, and they want to be better off than black people or people of color. That's it. That's why you got these people just blindly supporting this fool.
But Tyrone, I don't think they're not going to change. They're not going to change, but that don't mean that a large portion of them won't turn against them. They're not going to change. They're still going to be their same old awful self. Because what did Lyndon B. Johnson say? I'm going to repeat his quote. If you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket.
That right there is what I'm talking about.
Hell, give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you. But that doesn't mean that they won't turn on Trump. That don't mean that they're not going to change. No, I don't like they just going to jump on. We need to live. We need to do right. This division. No, I don't think anybody think that that's going to happen. But
now they'll go against people. They'll go against everybody else except for Trump. They'll go against Marjorie Taylor Greene. They'll go against Steve Bannon. They'll go against everybody around Trump. But I have not seen no mass group of people turn on Trump. I just have not. I have not seen that.
Well, give it some time. I don't think, but that's not going to change them. But that doesn't mean they won't get angry with him. He made a lot of promises, and I know they stupid, but then they also not dumb. So if that makes any sense, he made a lot of promises. So that's what, like Bernie Sanders said, he made a lot of promises. They were all lies, and then now he's talking about, well, I can't. Yeah, a lot of them are just gonna go along with it, but a lot of them won't. That's just how I'm reading it. And then you want to give all the money to the rich too. You got that angle playing as well.
You gave a Green Beret here in the United States of America, special force or whatever, took a Tesla, put it on fire, committed suicide right in front of Trump. There was a reason why he did that. I'm trying to figure it out. It was a message, though, he was trying to send.
It was a message, definitely.
I told you. That's why I would not be surprised if that's not the only thing happens this year.
Well, let me tell you how this kind of blows my mind. See, Trump made a promise that he can't fulfill. One of them is that mass deportations of people. And I mean, you can dance around it all day and night. Well, no, not only can he not fulfill it, but there's a major reason why he can't fulfill it. And that is, you cannot arbitrarily stop anyone and just check their immigration status. That is illegal. That is against the Constitution. And so everything that he wants to do is against the Constitution. You either have to break it or you're going to have to amend it. And nobody seems to want to talk about that. And so also, too, for Sarge, who keeps talking about the 14th Amendment doesn't cover people born in the States. Yeah, it does. I just saw a legal lesson where they talk about that. And there was a case where a Chinese boy was born in the U.S. I cannot think of a legal case, too. And a Chinese boy was born in the U.S. and his parents were Chinese nationals. Yeah, and took him out of the country and then brought him back. And they didn't want to admit him. But then they went to court and they had to admit the fact that he was born in the States, made an American citizen. So, Sarge, yeah, you're wrong on that one, brother. But again, until they come up with a way of definitely finding out someone's immigration status without violating the amendment, then this is all an exercise in rhetoric. I mean, you just can't get around the Constitution.
All right, goddamn it, I'm gonna have to step up here and tell y'all ain't listening to Tyrone because that's you talking about walking art, and I've been telling damn SARS that when you're born here, you're an American citizen. That's what the hell I've been telling this motherfucker. That's who you talking about. But yeah, I don't know. Sarge is taking the talking points of the right wing and just trying to make everybody illegals, including those anchor babies, because of political reasons, which is stupid. Because whenever they start their deportation and they start deporting the parents, and the child is born here, you just can't kick no damn American citizens out of this country like that. And then he'll come back with, well, send the family together. You can't do that. I don't know how they're gonna work around it though.
Yeah. It's already been litigated. That's what I'm saying. But again, you could sell the rhetoric, but implementing that rhetoric into a plan is a whole other story. It's easy to sell the political spiel. It's easy to say this stuff. But when you get down to the devil in the details, that's where it matters. And so this is something that ABC can't grasp. This is something that SARS can't grasp. All that political talk means nothing until you start building policy around it.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, y'all was saying you're right. The rules ain't in place for him to implement a lot of stuff, but he got a lot of power as the president with that executive order shit. Down there at the southern border, the last time he was in office, a lot of that stuff that he did with the migrants was not legal, but because he wrote executive orders, he was able to do a whole lot of dumb shit. And Stephen Miller, when him leading the damn charge, they ain't no telling.
Oh God, that guy. Oh God.
Yeah, they ain't no telling
Well,
what they're gonna come up
that
with.
new immigration man that he wants to put. Have you seen
that
him
crazy
interviewed?
man. Yeah.
Yeah, they all look weird, don't they? They all just look strange. Just strange. And the news
Like Nick Nolte.
person
He looked like
asked
Nick
him.
Nolte from 48 Hours.
He said, "Was there any way to deport people without breaking up families?" And he said, "Yes, they can go with the baby. Like, say if you have an anchor baby born here, so what could they do? We're gonna deport you. Is there a American citizen you want to leave your baby with, or do they plan to put the babies in foster care?" And I don't even know if that's legal, to be honest. But he looked serious about deporting illegals. And now the farmers, they're going to go bankrupt, and there goes our produce. So I guess we could kiss strawberries and lettuce goodbye.
Oranges and a whole bunch of other stuff.
I mean,
yeah, but
he can't do it. They said he plans to deport 3 or 4% of the population.
Yeah, but don't fall for okey doke. Just because he looks serious or sounds serious means nothing. Means nothing. You got to have a policy in place to make that happen. And the legal fight's already in play. It ain't started, not starting yet. It's already in play. He does not have police powers, and that's the thing. These guys, okey doke folks, because they make you believe something that's not true. All right. ICE does not have police powers. ICE can't arrest anybody.
Uh-oh. Did I drop? I don't know what happened. Something happened. What the hell?
This service is provided in high definition by freeconferencecallhd.com. There are 11 participants in the conference. Q&A session has started. The recording has started.
Illegal things happen. Traffic tickets, stealing. They go after them because they could get them out. But all this mass deportation and all this mass, that's going to be the pony show they're going to put on for his people. Oh, they doing it. But all this, and then again, big business don't want them people gone. The farmers don't want them gone. They're not getting rid of all them people. That was a divisive way to drive everybody apart and pit everybody against one another. And then when it comes time to do it, I'm curious to see what they're going to do. How they going to do it? Because they got to pay for all that. I told you how much it's going to cost.
Well,
they still have to pay for it.
It's like when Oprah gave those cars away. You get a car, you get a car, you get a car, and then you got to pay them taxes. They have to sell that shit. Yeah. They're going to have
what I'm worried about
that
is,
money back.
All right, you guys probably don't remember the CIA's rendition program. Okay, the rendition program was, since it was illegal to torture people via U.S. law on U.S. property, what the CIA was doing was putting terrorists in prisons in other countries where torture was legal and torturing them there. So what I don't want is the U.S. to sponsor, prisons in places, somewhere else that it is legal, and then imprisoning families there. I don't want them to do that, and I have a feeling they're going to try it. Yeah, so think about it. So if you're illegal immigrant here, and you get arrested, they fly you to a country where it is okay to jail families, like Thailand or someplace like that, and then they set up a jail there, and so they fly all your people over there, and you do your immigration hearings in that particular country because it is legal to jail children and families there. I got a feeling the U.S. will probably try some crazy crap like that.
That'll be just, I don't know. We just sit back and watch how this all is going to play out. But I just don't think it's going to be all of that. I hope not, anyway. So.
Yeah, remember they always talk about sending you to the Bahamas. Yeah. Remember they were talking about sending the illegal immigrants to the Bahamas? Yeah, Animal Farm.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember reading that book when I was a kid. Oh my God. That was a scary book. I remember that line from the book too. All animals are created equal, but some are more equal than others. Oh man. That was a very, very thought-provoking book.
What book are you speaking of?
Animal Farm.
Oh, Animal Farm. Yeah, I had to read that. I think it was 12th grade, senior, or whatever. When we had did Animal Farm. I think you can find the actual video, the cartoon of Animal Farm, because I watched it, I think, a couple of years back, because I just wanted to see it again. It was a good one. I would suggest everybody watch Animal Farm. If you don't want to, at least watch it. But the book is better and more detailed. But to get an idea. It was.
What made you bring up Animal Farm, Miss Lady?
Because that's what it seems like the country is turning into.
Yeah,
it does. It does. It does. It does.
I hadn't thought about that book in years. Oh my God, that was a scary book when I was a kid.
It was a scary book. And I remember the pigs was because they had the pink skin. I mean, that book was crazy. And I think Animal Farm has been banned in a lot of the red states. I extinct the last time I looked it up. I know a lot of certain countries, like in Russia, different places like that, and China, Animal Farm is banned. And I think it's banned in a lot some of the red states here. They removed it from the library, but that was reading that we had to do, you know, back in the day. I think I was a senior when we when we had to read Animal Farm. If you got to be old enough to kind of get the feeling of it, other than just if you're too young, you're just thinking it's animals. But it was telling the story that it was telling was off the chain. Let me look that up.
Crazy.
Well, it goes back to power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Absolutely. And we see what's going on with the oligarchy. It is the oligarchy now.
Oh yeah, the ultra rich. Yeah.
And we've been
The
going
thing I
down
guess,
toward this road for at least 40 years, and here we are.
I guess the thing that I'm not hearing though is what's the black agenda in all of this?
I don't think there is one. I know Ant was on here earlier talking about reparations, and maybe we should try to get on Trump's best side on his honey up to him. I think, that is such a fairy tale right there.
And he might be getting a job in the administration. Andy, you getting a job? You getting a job?
Anthony's been smoking that loco.
Uh-huh.
You been smoking that loco, essay? Leave that loco alone.
If you think if you thinking that anybody can honey up to any of that right now, no, it is what it is. And the hate that black people have for Trump, well, I mean, we have a reason to for that. If you all weren't listening to what these people were saying and his surrogates were saying,
and they out there smoking that backyard boogie.
Yeah, that local, look, if he gave Byron, what was it, Byron, the guy in Florida, Byron, what's his damn name? And Byron Donald and the other cool brother, was it Rick, dude in South Carolina. Tim Scott, yeah.
Tyrone,
You notice he gave them the same. He's like, I don't know you. Never heard of you. After these dudes went to bat for him and all that stuff and did the coon dance and the buck dancing for him, and he basically gave him nothing. He's like, hey, never heard of you. Yeah, they call him and he's like, they go straight to voicemail. So after that, then what hope do other black people have? Those were his coon favorites. So how did Trump call them? My blacks. Remember when he called them that? My blacks. Yeah. So, if his blacks can't get nothing from him, what makes Anthony think that, all of a sudden he's just going to turn and be nice? Really? He's showing his colors right here.
That's weak to even bring that up. That's just weak.
Yeah.
You mean he didn't find some black jobs for them? After
Yeah.
they did all that dancing?
And dude got married. He got him a whole wife.
A white woman.
Yeah, he got him a whole wife. Instead of just being himself.
Bought the whole package. Yeah, dude bought the whole cool package. I got the white wife. I'm in a white district. I'm a brother. I smoke cigars. I talk shit. Come on, and he got nothing for it. I'm like, damn, talk about getting paid, man. Wow.
And I know how to keep smiling. He should be smiling.
And he said Trump, but I just love you. I mean, Tim Scott went in even a little more than Byron did.
Yeah.
It's like, Aren't
mean,
you not embarrassed?
yeah, Larry Elder got nothing. Jesse Lee Peterson
They
got
got
nothing.
nothing.
What's that?
No black
Yeah, what's that
child?
pastor? What's that pastor that was
Yeah,
talking
that
at the
pastor.
convention? She got nothing.
Oh,
So it's like, damn,
oh, him, yeah,
all them
got
dudes got
nothing.
faded. They all got faded, big time.
But he gave he gave two. The one dude for HUD, that's an insult. He always gets HUD. And what's the football player? Because the football players just kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But what did he make him the ambassador to Jamaica? I think it's Jamaica. I think that's what it is. And what I was reading, they said they haven't had an ambassador to Jamaica for probably a decade. If somebody needed to be sent, they sent someone from the administration. I mean, but Byron Donaldson, but those two didn't do a lot of shuck and jive for him. The ones who did all the tap dancing, I mean, they got the complete shaft. The complete shaft.
Because he don't respect them. You know
No. And I've
that.
always said that. As hateful as some of those people are, people don't really like people that tap dance and roll over on your own people. They really do not like you. They will use you.
Look at them. Look at them.
Uh-huh.
Look at them.
Look at
These
them
folks
turn on
behind
their
back.
own
Look at
people.
that. They're ready to do
They
everything
will.
for fun.
They will do anything, and people, they will use you, but they do not like you because look how you doing with your own people. That's why. And I remember when Donaldson, something he voted on the floor, and the other white congressmen and stuff, they were tapping him on the back of the head like, "Good boy, good boy." I mean, it's. Mm. And Tim Scott,
Well, they
now he
want
got
to
a
be
wife.
part of that group so bad they'll take any kind of disrespect, they'll accept anything just with their desire to be even on the periphery of that group, that elite group, but they'll never be part of it. They'll never be. Like you said,
Not the way they want.
No, they're going to send one of the CTE to Jamaica.
Yeah, to send him to Jamaica. And he doesn't have to go. All he got to do is just collect a check because they haven't had a ambassador to Jamaica, and I don't know how long. It's just sad. I hate
He's
these.
not going to even be going over there. He might go once or twice a year. That's about it.
On vacation or something.
Yeah.
It's just really. They did all that, and dude even got married. And I remember some people I saw online, I could never find it again. I think Facebook, one of them, Instagram, and them took it down. It was his wedding picture, Tim Scott, and they replaced his wife's picture with Lindsey Graham. I think social media got rid of that because I couldn't find it again. So, I mean, you took on a whole wife, and that woman got kids, and he probably ain't signing no prenup. She probably gonna fleece him. Joe, you talk about what these women are doing when that woman get finished with Tim Scott, because that's not gonna last.
He might have took out a big loan to pay her to marry him. Okay, I believe he had to pay that woman a lot of money.
So Tim Scott go join ISIS.
He gonna go join ISIS. When that woman get finished with him, she gonna fleece him for what he got left when she's on the way out the door. So yeah, he gonna join ISIS and what's the other group over in Gaza? All of them. What's what you call the group of
Taliban?
Yeah, no, not the one over in Gaza. He gonna do the Taliban. He gonna join them. He gonna join the one. What's the one? He gonna join all of them.
The Houthis. You know, yeah, they gonna get tired of smiling, okay?
Mm-hmm. They're gonna get radicalized.
They're gonna
get
smiling through
radicalized.
the pain, okay? With all that
Mm-hmm.
anger simmering underneath.
Yeah, Hamas. That's what I couldn't think of them. Hamas. They're gonna join all of them. Cause when that woman get finished with Tim Scott, and you can look at it, she's some old maid to order bride, and he married that woman. I was just shocked. She married that woman.
The beard.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's sad. It's just sad. But you know what? You look at enough. This is how it goes. Century after century, nothing ever changes. But we've never had an oligarchy in this country like
Nope.
it is now.
No.
This is unnerving.
It
There's
is.
a lot
It's
of instability, and you don't know from day to day what's going to be put out there. You know, people, they say one thing and then they turn around and say the exact opposite. You know, there's no real policy, but and things are in such chaos, and Trump hasn't been inaugurated yet. And it's already a mess.
And they showed him. I saw it was a video, and they were asking him about him changing his stance on those visas at his New Year's Eve party, and he's even extra orange now. And I remember I was watching that with my mom, and we was like, "Yeah, Trump is extra orange now." I don't know. He must have put on extra. I think that he got a lot on him that's coming.
He got a lot. That plate is full. That plate is full, and there's a lot of slop in there. There's a lot of slop that's gonna fall over. It's sad, but it's crazy. Anyway, look, if we can all make it, hopefully we all keep our health, sanity, some money, save some money.
A roof.
Roof,
our
of course,
job.
The basic,
job.
The main things that we need, just hold on. You might not be able to buy the extra shit, but, we could make it to the 4 years. He will be here only a temporary time, and he will implode. Even if he makes it to 4 years, he will have something waiting for him after that 4 years. And I'm pretty sure if he makes a lot of mistakes, he does mess up, he will end up where he ended up at the end of his term. And maybe this time he won't get away with it. So let's see. Maybe he gets away, like they say. They get away, but they don't get away. He might be, they let him. What do they do here? In this country, a lot of times, when they're doing an investigation, right, they even let crimes take place. Sometimes people get killed, right? They say, we might have to sacrifice this. I mean, it's very rare that they go to that extent, depending on the situation. But, they sacrifice a person. For what I see is that they're going to give him the chance again, right? And they're going to give him enough rope to hang himself. So, all hell fails. If he messes up in the 4 years and does crimes, I think there still be some guardrails. There still be some eyes open. And
there'll be some.
And he'll end up either stopped or it'll get to a point where at the end of his term, he's going to have to face other charges. If he conducts himself this way, the way he did last time, let's see. I don't have anything great, I think thoughts in the sense, I don't think it's going to be World War III, but I know he's going to make a lot of stuff unnecessary problems. He's going to exacerbate things, and the most important is, besides economy and all that, but it's people being targeted for no reason, physically getting hurt, killed because of people promoting and trying to hype up people knowing that we have a country that has a lot of people with mental health issues, and some of those people, not all, there's a portion of them that, you know, they hear some of this stuff and it puts things in their mind, and then they end up doing things, you know, that are not good. So I'm just saying that that's the part that I think that's most important, affected, of course, the economy, but is how a person is directly affected by it. You know, he's talking all this stuff about what just happened now. Now, are we sitting here right now, 18 days or something away from him being the president? You telling me that there's not going to be no inner terrorist act? Hopefully not. We hope, and, you know, for those that pray, pray, right? But we hope and don't want nothing negative to happen, no wild stuff like just happened in the beginning of the year, which is really crazy. That nothing's going to happen under his watch, that it's going to be, you know, all peaches and cream. That's why I say be careful when you out there. Keep your eyes and ears open, you know, when you out in public. And, you know, because right now we're in a time that anything can happen. Look, who would have known? Those people were partying on New Year's. The last thing you think is some cars going to come plowing down when you got the police blocking the road. So, I mean, it's just crazy. Things could happen. You know, I hope, you know, that law enforcement can try to get things better. And again, what Tyrone was saying on the radicalization of people, you know, of all this stuff that's being, you know, done to other countries that also contribute to people's thoughts that actually were in the military to flip out on this country because of those things. In addition to this country letting a lot of propaganda on the internet flow. So we don't want no control. We don't want free. We want free speech. Yes, we want free speech. But the internet is still ways of communication that is not you speaking to another person without using some audible or some electronic device. They have control of that. Government oversees that, and they can do more. And I'm just saying that if we're going to just let it be a free-for-all, as we have seen, as this experiment of the internet is an experiment, we're going to see more of this shit happening, unfortunately.
I hope not. But that's what a lot of pundits are saying, to expect anything to take place, because everybody is crazy and everybody's filled with misinformation, disinformation. And then Trump came out. What is it? After the horror that happened in New Orleans, and he put it in a sense put the on migrants, and he has yet. The last time I checked, he has yet to take it down or I made a mistake, and he's not going to. And a lot of people will probably still believe that was migrants that did that, instead of some guy who lost his mind and went out there and killed all those people. So y'all had a mass shooting in New York. I was just looking online, Jay, about an hour, 2 hours ago. There was a mass shooting in New York.
It was yesterday. 11 people got shot. There was a club by my house.
In Queens, Missouri?
Yeah, Missouri, yeah.
That was, some gang shit there.
Yeah, that was gang shit, yeah.
Oh, it was?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And Missouri
no one got killed, did they?
Yeah, 11. I don't know about getting killed, but I know 11 people got shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that was straight gang shit. Missouri is a Caribbean American club. It's near my house. I pass by it all the time, and they attract a young, let's say, volatile crowd.
Young, wild, and free.
Yeah. So that was straight gang stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, young people with too
domestic.
much liquor and guns.
No, I mean, these the two cases, New Orleans and Vegas, right?
Yeah,
two
Vegas.
things. There, one New Orleans, domestic, but claiming an international terrorism group. Here we have this guy on the West Coast. Is it undetermined what he represents? But he also has some type of domestic terrorism. Because I tell you, a couple of seconds, when that shit would have exploded and somebody was outside, they would have died in that shit too. So it was just luck that nobody died besides him. And I think he shot himself before that even happened. So I'm just saying that we have, I mean, you think going down this new year, starting the year off like this, again, just because Donald Trump is the president, you're not going to have some radical shit, whatever side you think they on. You have the domestic and you have the outside, or the ones that's domestic, claiming, some outside shit, hurting innocent people that got nothing to do with any of the shit that he's mad about.
And it's always the innocent. They're showing some of the people who were killed in New Orleans. A young girl just graduated in her last pictures. Just graduated from high
young
school.
sister, the brother.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was crazy. Heartbreaking.
All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to get off here. I appreciate the conversation. And y'all have a happy new year. And YouTube, if you're listening, y'all can call in, talk to Jay and them. But thank you, Miss Lisa, and everybody else.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go too. And I'll talk to you guys next week. Let's see where we at. Let's hope things remain peaceful between now and next Thursday. And we'll talk later. Y'all take care now. It's good to hear y'all voices. We made it over into the new year. So that's something.
Yep.
All right.
Q&A session is over. All participants are unmuted.